The Next Century, A Transformed World. Published by realmbooks YouTube channel. Written by sophiadabbagh. This book is for individuals who are curious about the future and want to explore the profound changes that will shape the world over the next 100 years. Specifically, this book is for 1. Futurists and Visionaries. People who are passionate about predicting and understanding future trends in technology, society, and the environment. 2. Environmentalists and Climate Activists. Those who want to gain insight into how climate change will continue to impact the planet and how humanity can adapt to these challenges. 3. Technologists and Innovators. Individuals interested in how advances in AI, automation, biotechnology, and other technologies will reshape industries, economies, and daily life. 4. Policymakers and global leaders. Leaders and decision-makers who need to understand the possible long-term implications of today's actions and the importance of preparing for future global challenges. 5. Philosophers and thought leaders. People interested in the philosophical, ethical, and existential questions that arise in a rapidly changing world, including the evolving meaning of life, consciousness, and the role of humanity in the universe. 6. Students and academics. Anyone studying fields such as sociology, political science, environmental studies, technology, and economics who want to explore forward-looking ideas and research. 7. General readers with curiosity about the future. Everyday readers who have a deep curiosity about how the world will evolve and who want to engage with thought-provoking ideas about the future of humanity. In short, this book is for anyone who is eager to understand and reflect on the next century's transformations and how those changes might impact every aspect of life on Earth. Chapter 1. Introduction. From today to tomorrow. The future is a vast, uncharted territory that stretches beyond the limits of our imagination. It is a place where the seemingly impossible becomes possible, and where the choices we make today shape the reality of tomorrow. In this chapter, we will explore where humanity stands today and how the events, trends, and technological advancements of our time are setting the stage for a radically different world 100 years from now. As we look into the future, it is important to recognize that it is not merely a continuation of the present, but rather a transformation that will redefine the very nature of life as we know it. In order to understand what lies ahead, we must first consider the key drivers of change that are shaping the trajectory of our planet and our species. The state of the world today. In order to predict the future, it's essential to understand where we stand today. The state of our world is characterized by significant challenges, rapid advancements, and monumental shifts. While there are many areas of concern, there are also incredible opportunities for growth and progress. Let's break down some of the most important aspects of the current global landscape. 1. Climate change and environmental crisis. The most pressing issue facing humanity today is the environmental crisis, particularly climate change. Global temperatures are rising, weather patterns are becoming more erratic, and ecosystems are increasingly under stress. The scientific consensus is clear. Human activity, particularly the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial agriculture, is a major contributor to the acceleration of climate change. In the past few decades, we've witnessed extreme weather events such as devastating hurricanes, wildfires, and floods, which have caused widespread destruction. As of today, more than 1 billion people live in coastal areas that are vulnerable to rising sea levels, and over 40% of the world's population is already experiencing water scarcity. Example: the 2019-2020 Australian bushfires, which scorched over 18 million acres of land, are an example of how climate change is exacerbating natural disasters. What was once an infrequent occurrence is becoming the new normal. This trend is expected to intensify, with even more severe environmental changes occurring in the coming decades. 2. Technological revolution. We are living through a technological revolution that is changing the way we interact with the world and each other. From smartphones and artificial intelligence to blockchain and biotechnology, technology is advancing at an unprecedented rate. One of the most transformative developments in recent years has been the rise of AI and automation. These technologies are reshaping industries, from manufacturing and healthcare to finance and entertainment. In 2023, OpenAI's language model GPT-3 showed how far we've come in terms of creating machines that can mimic human-like intelligence. AI is expected to continue evolving, with predictions that it will eventually surpass human intelligence, opening up both exciting possibilities and significant ethical concerns. Example: autonomous vehicles are one area where AI is poised to revolutionize our daily lives. Companies like Tesla, Waymo, and Uber are developing self-driving cars that could radically change the way we travel, reducing road accidents and transforming the transportation industry as a whole. 3. Global population growth. As the global population continues to grow, reaching an estimated 9.7 billion by 2050, new challenges are emerging in terms of resource distribution, food security, healthcare, and urbanization. The growth of cities, particularly in developing countries, is leading to the creation of megacities, which are often plagued by issues such as overcrowding, pollution, and a lack of infrastructure. Example: in cities like Tokyo, New York, and Mumbai, the rapid growth of urban populations has created an overwhelming demand for housing, transportation, and services. At the same time, rural areas are experiencing depopulation as people migrate to cities in search of better opportunities. 4. Political and social instability. Global politics are undergoing significant shifts. The rise of populism, increasing political polarization, and the growing influence of nationalism are just some of the trends that are shaking the foundations of established democracies. Tensions between superpowers like the US and China, as well as the complex relationships between regional powers, are creating an unpredictable geopolitical landscape. Example: the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, as well as trade wars between major economies, are examples of how political instability and international tensions are impacting global stability. These conflicts have ripple effects that affect everything from global supply chains to energy prices. 5. Health and medicine. In terms of healthcare, the world has made incredible strides. Life expectancy is rising in many parts of the world due to improvements in medical technology, sanitation, and access to healthcare. However, new health challenges are emerging, such as the rise of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and mental health disorders. Additionally, the COVID-19 pandemic exposed significant vulnerabilities in global health systems and highlighted the need for stronger preparedness for future health crises. Example: the rapid development of COVID-19 vaccines, which took less than a year to produce, is a testament to the incredible potential of biotechnology and collaboration in the field of medicine. This achievement has opened the door to future innovations in gene therapy, personalized medicine, and even age reversal. The forces shaping the future. Now that we have an understanding of the challenges and advancements of today, it is time to consider how these forces will shape the future. In order to predict what the world will look like in 100 years, we must first examine the key forces that are likely to drive change over the next century. 1. Climate change and environmental sustainability. The future will be heavily influenced by how humanity responds to the climate crisis. The next 100 years will likely see either a dramatic shift toward environmental sustainability or a worsening of the current trajectory, depending on our collective actions. Technological innovations in renewable energy, carbon capture, and geoengineering could help mitigate the effects of climate change, but these solutions must be implemented on a global scale. In the coming decades, we may see large-scale efforts to transition to a carbon-neutral world, with advancements in solar, wind, and hydrogen energy leading the way. Additionally, urban planning and architectural design will play a critical role in creating resilient cities that can withstand the challenges of rising sea levels, extreme weather, and resource scarcity. Practice exercise. Take a moment to think about your daily life. How could you reduce your carbon footprint? Are there changes you can make in terms of transportation, energy consumption, and waste management to contribute to a sustainable future? 2. The rise of artificial intelligence and automation. AI and automation will continue to evolve at a rapid pace, influencing nearly every aspect of our lives. While these technologies will create new job opportunities in fields like AI programming, data science, and robotics, they will also disrupt traditional industries, leading to widespread job displacement. It is likely that we will need to adopt new models of work and income distribution, such as universal basic income, to address these challenges. Example: by 2050, AI may be deeply integrated into our personal lives, from virtual assistants that manage our homes to advanced healthcare systems that provide real-time diagnosis and treatment recommendations. However, this will also require us to address issues such as data privacy, security, and the ethical implications of AI decision-making. 3. The future of healthcare and biotechnology. Advancements in biotechnology, genomics, and personalized medicine will revolutionize healthcare in the next century. Diseases that were once thought to be incurable may become treatable, and human lifespan may increase significantly. Genetic engineering could allow us to not only cure diseases, but also enhance human physical and cognitive abilities. However, these breakthroughs will raise important ethical questions. Will we be able to maintain equality in access to these advancements? Will the pursuit of longer life and enhanced capabilities lead to new forms of social stratification? Practice exercise. Consider how biotechnology could impact your life. What are some ethical concerns that you think should be addressed in the development of human enhancements? The path forward, from today to tomorrow. As we look toward the future, we must remember that change is not inevitable. It is the result of the decisions we make today. How we address the issues of climate change, inequality, technological advancement, and political instability will determine the shape of the world we leave for future generations. Key takeaways. The challenges of today, such as climate change, political instability, and the rapid pace of technological innovation, will have profound effects on the future. The next century will likely see transformative changes in every area of life, from healthcare and technology to the environment and social structures. It is essential that we take proactive steps today to ensure that the world we create in the next 100 years is one that is sustainable, equitable, and peaceful. Next steps. In the following chapters, we will dive deeper into each of these areas, examining the specific trends, technologies, and ideas that are likely to shape the future. From the impact of artificial intelligence to the future of the environment, we will explore the forces that will transform our world, offering insights and strategies for how we can navigate the challenges ahead. This concludes Chapter 1. Introduction, from today to tomorrow. The chapter sets the stage for an exploration of the trends, challenges, and opportunities that will define the next century. We've touched on key issues such as climate change, technological revolution, and population growth, and set the foundation for understanding how they will influence the future of humanity. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It really helps me create more content for you. Thank you. Chapter 2. Earth in the 22nd Century. Climate Transformation. As we peer into the future, One of the most significant forces shaping the 22nd century will be the ongoing transformation of our planet's climate. The world of tomorrow will look drastically different from the one we inhabit today. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. It is already upon us, and its effects are unfolding before our eyes. However, the climate transformation of the 22nd century won't just be a continuation of the current trajectory. Instead, it will be shaped by both the actions we take in the next few decades and the consequences of the environmental policies and technologies that emerge in the coming years. In this chapter, we will explore the different dimensions of the climate transformation expected in the next century. We will examine the state of the Earth's climate as it stands today, project future environmental changes, and investigate how humans and ecosystems will adapt to these transformations. The chapter will also consider the innovative solutions, technologies, and policies that will be necessary to ensure a livable world in the 22nd century. By understanding the forces of change, we can better prepare for the climate realities that lie ahead. The state of the Earth's climate today. At the outset of the 21st century, humanity is facing an unprecedented climate crisis. Global temperatures are rising at a rate that far exceeds historical patterns, largely due to human activities such as the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial agriculture. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the global average temperature has already risen by approximately 1.1 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, and the planet is on track to reach 1.5 degrees Celsius of warming within the next few decades if current trends continue. This seemingly modest increase in temperature is having profound and far-reaching consequences on the Earth's ecosystems, weather systems, and human societies. The effects of climate change today. 1. Extreme weather events. The most visible and immediate consequence of climate change is the increasing frequency and severity of extreme weather events. Hurricanes, wildfires, heat waves, and floods have become more intense in recent years, and their impacts are being felt globally. The 2020 wildfires in Australia, which burned more than 18 million acres of land and killed at least 33 people, are a prime example of how climate change is contributing to extreme weather. Similarly, the summer heat waves across Europe in 2021 led to wildfires, crop losses, and a strain on water resources. 2. Melting ice caps and rising sea levels. The warming of the planet is causing the polar ice caps to melt at an accelerated rate. The Arctic is warming roughly twice as fast as the global average, a phenomenon known as Arctic amplification. This has led to the shrinking of glaciers and the thinning of ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica. As the ice melts, it contributes to rising sea levels, which threatens low-lying coastal areas and islands. The island nation of Maldives, for instance, faces the prospect of becoming uninhabitable within this century due to rising sea levels. 3. Ecosystem disruption. Rising temperatures and altered weather patterns are disrupting ecosystems worldwide. Coral reefs, which are highly sensitive to temperature changes, are experiencing widespread bleaching. In addition, many animal species are finding it difficult to adapt to rapidly changing conditions. Species like the polar bear, which depend on sea ice to hunt and breed, are already seeing their habitats shrink. Furthermore, forest ecosystems in places like the Amazon rainforest are being destroyed both by logging and by the effects of drought and fire, which are intensified by climate change. 4. Human impacts. The consequences of climate change extend far beyond nature. Human communities, particularly those in vulnerable regions, are already feeling the effects. According to the World Health Organization, climate change is expected to cause an additional 250,000 deaths per year between 2030 and 2050 due to heat stress, malnutrition, and the spread of infectious diseases like malaria. The economic costs of climate change are also substantial, with agriculture, fisheries, and tourism industries in many parts of the world being disrupted. These are just a few examples of how climate change is already altering the world. But what can we expect in the next century? How will the Earth's climate transform by 2123? Climate transformation in the 22nd century. By the 22nd century, the impacts of climate change will likely have transformed every aspect of the Earth. From the rise in global temperatures to the reordering of ecosystems, humanity will face new challenges as the planet's environment becomes increasingly hostile. However, there are also opportunities for adaptation, innovation, and resilience. 1. Global temperature increase and its impact. If global greenhouse gas emissions continue to rise at their current rate, we could see a global temperature increase of 2 degrees Celsius to 3 degrees Celsius by the end of the 21st century. If we fail to take swift action to reduce emissions, the Earth could warm by 4 degrees Celsius or more by 2100. This will result in more frequent and severe heat waves, particularly in tropical and subtropical regions. The Mediterranean region, for instance, may become too hot for human habitation during certain months of the year, leading to large-scale migration from areas that were once thriving. Example: in the Middle East and North Africa, regions that are already hot and dry will experience even more intense temperatures and reduced rainfall. Countries like Saudi Arabia and Egypt could face severe water shortages, which would impact agricultural productivity and increase the likelihood of civil unrest. 2. Rising sea levels and the loss of coastal cities. One of the most catastrophic consequences of climate change will be the rising of sea levels due to the melting of ice caps and the thermal expansion of seawater. By 2100, sea levels are projected to rise by up to 1 meter, and by 2200, they could rise by as much as 2 meters or more if global warming continues unchecked. This will result in the flooding of many coastal cities, leading to the displacement of millions of people. Major cities such as New York, Miami, London, and Mumbai could all experience severe flooding by the 22nd century. Example: in the United States, the East Coast could see the flooding of iconic cities like Miami, New York, and Boston. Miami, which is already struggling with sunny day flooding during high tides, could lose large portions of its coastline, displacing thousands of residents and affecting the economy of the region. 3. Ecosystem shifts and new biodiversity. As temperatures rise and ecosystems shift, the biodiversity of the planet will change. Some species will adapt to new climates, while others will become extinct. For example, warmer temperatures may push forests northward, and new types of vegetation may emerge in areas that were once too cold for such plants. The composition of marine life will also change, with some species moving toward cooler waters as others thrive in warmer conditions. Example: in the ocean, fish species such as cod and haddock, which are adapted to cooler waters, may move toward the poles, while species like tuna and sharks that thrive in warmer waters could expand their range. This could lead to a shift in the global fishing industry as new fishing grounds emerge and old ones disappear. 4. Agricultural changes and food security. As the climate changes, the agricultural landscape will undergo dramatic transformations. Some areas that are currently fertile and agriculturally productive may become too hot or dry to support crops. Conversely, northern latitudes, such as parts of Canada, Russia, and Scandinavia, may become more suitable for farming as temperatures rise. The challenge will be ensuring global food security as traditional farming regions are affected by heat, drought, and floods. Example: the American Midwest, known as the breadbasket of the world, may face prolonged droughts, reducing its agricultural output. On the other hand, Canada's agricultural sector could see a significant increase in productivity due to longer growing seasons, but this will require major adjustments to infrastructure and farming practices. 5. Human adaptation and migration. As some parts of the world become increasingly uninhabitable, large-scale migration will become a defining characteristic of the 22nd century. People will be forced to leave areas affected by extreme heat, sea level rise, or resource shortages. While migration is not new to humanity, the scale and pace of future migration will be unprecedented. It is likely that large cities and countries that can provide better living conditions will experience population booms, while others will face significant depopulation and economic collapse. Example: climate refugees are already a reality today in countries like Bangladesh, where millions of people live in areas that are prone to flooding due to sea level rise. In the future, entire regions may become uninhabitable, forcing countries to create new systems for managing migration, both domestically and internationally. Technologies and innovations for climate adaptation. In the face of these changes, humanity will not simply be passive observers. Innovation, technology, and policy solutions will play a critical role in shaping the Earth's future. As climate change transforms the world, humanity will need to develop adaptive strategies to mitigate its effects and build resilience. 1. Geoengineering and climate control. One potential solution to combating climate change is geoengineering, deliberate, large-scale interventions in the Earth's climate system. Technologies such as carbon capture and storage, solar radiation management, and cloud seeding could help mitigate the effects of global warming. While these technologies are still in the experimental phase, they hold the potential to reverse some of the damage caused by climate change. Example: carbon capture technology is already being developed to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and store it underground. Companies like Carbon Clean Solutions are pioneering the development of more efficient methods for capturing carbon emissions from power plants and factories. 2. Sustainable energy transition. Another critical factor in mitigating climate change is the transition to renewable energy sources. Solar, wind, geothermal, and nuclear power will be key players in reducing greenhouse gas emissions. By the 22nd century, it is likely that fossil fuels will have been largely phased out, replaced by cleaner, more sustainable energy sources. Smart grids and decentralized energy systems will also become more widespread, allowing for greater energy efficiency and reduced waste. Example: countries like Denmark and Costa Rica are already making strides toward renewable energy adoption. Costa Rica, for instance, has run entirely on renewable energy for months at a time in recent years, setting an example for the rest of the world. Conclusion: the climate transformation of the 22nd century will be a defining feature of human history. From rising sea levels and extreme weather events to shifting ecosystems and food insecurity, the Earth will undergo profound changes. Yet, these challenges also present opportunities for innovation, adaptation, and global cooperation. As we face the uncertain future ahead, humanity must embrace solutions such as geoengineering, renewable energy, and climate-smart infrastructure to ensure a livable world for generations to come. Key takeaways. Climate change is already having significant impacts on our planet, and its effects will become more severe in the next century. Rising temperatures, sea level rise, and ecosystem disruptions will drastically change the world by the 22nd century. Technological innovations and global cooperation will be necessary to mitigate the impacts of climate change and ensure a sustainable future. Practice exercise. Consider how you can reduce your own carbon footprint. What steps can you take today to contribute to a more sustainable future? Whether it's reducing energy consumption, adopting sustainable transportation, or supporting clean energy initiatives, every small change can have a positive impact on the planet. Chapter 3: Human Beings and the Future of Population. The population dynamics of the 22nd century will be shaped by the twin forces of demographic change and technological advancement. These two forces will interact in ways that are difficult to predict today, but they will undoubtedly have a profound effect on human societies, economies, and cultures. As we move toward the 22nd century, the number of people on Earth, the distribution of that population, and the ways in which humans interact with one another will be significantly transformed. In this chapter, we will explore the future of the human population, examining the forces that will shape population growth and migration patterns in the coming century. We will also consider the role of technology in altering the ways people live, work, and reproduce, and how these changes will impact our societies. Finally, we will examine the challenges and opportunities that a rapidly changing global population will present, and how individuals, governments, and organizations can prepare for the future of humanity. The global population today. The global population today is approximately 8 billion people, a staggering number that has increased dramatically over the last few centuries. In 1800, the world's population was estimated at only 1 billion. The population boom in the last 200 years can be attributed to several factors: advances in agriculture, medicine, sanitation, and public health, which have dramatically increased life expectancy and reduced mortality rates. These changes have allowed for more people to live longer and healthier lives. However, this population growth has not been evenly distributed. While some regions of the world, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa and parts of Asia, are experiencing rapid population growth, other regions such as Europe, Japan, and Russia are seeing their populations either stagnate or decline. The global population is aging, particularly in developed countries, where birth rates have fallen below replacement levels. These demographic shifts will shape the future of the human population in ways that are still being understood. Population growth and decline. In the coming decades, the global population is expected to continue to grow, but at a slower pace than in the past. According to projections by the United Nations, the world's population is expected to reach around 9.7 billion by 2050 and potentially 10.9 billion by the end of the century. The majority of this growth will occur in developing countries, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa, where high birth rates and young populations will continue to drive growth. In contrast, the populations of many developed countries will either stagnate or shrink due to low fertility rates and aging populations. Example: in countries like India and Nigeria, rapid population growth is expected to continue for several decades. In India, the population is projected to surpass China's by 2027, making it the most populous country on Earth. In contrast, countries like Japan, Italy, and Germany face the challenge of a shrinking and aging population. In Japan, for example, the population is expected to decline by 30% by the end of the century, with a corresponding increase in the elderly population. Factors driving population change. Several factors will influence population trends over the next century. These factors include fertility rates, life expectancy, migration patterns, and urbanization. 1. Fertility rates. The global fertility rate, which measures the number of children born per woman, has been falling for several decades. This trend is particularly evident in developed countries, where women are having fewer children due to factors such as delayed marriage, greater access to education and contraception, and changing social norms around family life. The total fertility rate in many developed countries has fallen below the replacement level of 2.1 children per woman, meaning that populations in these countries are not reproducing at a rate that can sustain their current population sizes. However, in developing countries, fertility rates remain high, although they are also beginning to decline. In regions like sub-Saharan Africa, the fertility rate is still above 5 children per woman, which is one of the primary reasons for the region's rapid population growth. Over the next century, global fertility rates are expected to continue to decline, though at different rates depending on the region. 2. Life expectancy. Advances in medicine, public health, and nutrition have led to dramatic increases in life expectancy worldwide. In 1950, the global life expectancy was just over 46 years. By 2020, it had risen to 73 years, and by 2100, it is expected to rise further, with some countries reaching life expectancies of 90 years or more. As people live longer, the proportion of elderly individuals in the global population will increase, placing significant demands on healthcare systems and social services. Example: in countries like the United States, the proportion of people aged 65 and older is expected to increase from around 16% in 2020 to 25% by 2050. This demographic shift will require new systems of care and support for the elderly, including retirement planning, healthcare infrastructure, and age-friendly cities. 3. Migration patterns. Migration has always been a part of human history, but in the 22nd century, it is expected to play a much larger role in shaping population dynamics. Climate change, economic disparities, and political instability will drive large-scale migration from less developed to more developed regions and from rural to urban areas. Climate refugees, or people who are forced to move due to environmental factors such as sea level rise, droughts, and extreme weather, will become an increasingly common phenomenon. Example: according to the World Bank, climate change could force up to 200 million people to migrate by 2050. In some regions, such as small island nations in the Pacific, entire populations may be displaced due to rising sea levels. Countries like the United States, Canada, and parts of Europe may see significant increases in the number of migrants seeking refuge from climate-induced disasters in their home countries. 4. Urbanization. Another major demographic trend that will shape the future of human populations is the continued growth of urban areas. By 2050, it is projected that around 70% of the global population will live in cities, up from around 55% today. This urbanization will be driven by factors such as better economic opportunities, improved infrastructure, and the concentration of services and amenities in cities. However, rapid urbanization also presents significant challenges. Overcrowded cities will face issues such as inadequate housing, traffic congestion, pollution, and strain on resources like water and electricity. Cities will need to adapt to these challenges through sustainable urban planning, the development of green spaces, and the use of technology to improve the efficiency of urban systems. Example: cities like Lagos, Nigeria, and Dhaka, Bangladesh, are already experiencing rapid population growth and urbanization. These cities are grappling with issues such as slum development, inadequate public transportation, and poor access to healthcare. By 2100, these cities could see populations of over 30 million people each, requiring drastic improvements in infrastructure and urban planning to accommodate this growth. The aging population and its impact. One of the most significant demographic challenges facing the world in the 22nd century is the aging population. As birth rates decline and life expectancy increases, the global population will age significantly. In many developed countries, the proportion of elderly individuals will rise sharply, while the working-age population will shrink. This demographic shift will place tremendous pressure on pension systems, healthcare infrastructure, and social services. In 2020, the number of people aged 60 and older was approximately 1 billion. By 2050, this number is expected to reach 2.1 billion, and by 2100, the global elderly population could exceed 3 billion. This shift will have profound implications for the workforce, healthcare systems, and the economy. Countries with large elderly populations will need to invest in technologies and policies to support aging citizens, such as robotics and AI-assisted healthcare, senior-friendly cities, and lifelong learning programs. Example: Japan, which already has one of the oldest populations in the world, is leading the way in developing technologies to support its aging citizens. The country has implemented robotic caregivers, AI-powered health monitoring systems, and aging-in-place solutions to help elderly individuals live independently for longer. Other countries, particularly in Europe and North America, will likely need to adopt similar solutions in the coming decades. Technology and the future of human populations technology will play a critical role in shaping the future of human populations. Advances in biotechnology, healthcare, and artificial intelligence will fundamentally alter the way people live, work, and reproduce. 1. Biotechnology and reproduction. In the future, reproductive technologies may be able to solve many of the challenges related to low fertility rates. Technologies such as artificial wombs, genetic engineering, and cloning could allow people to have children later in life, overcome infertility, and even design their offspring. While these technologies are still in their infancy, their development could have profound effects on population dynamics. Example: in vitro fertilization has already revolutionized fertility treatment. In the future, genetic screening and editing technologies like CRISPR may allow parents to select embryos with specific traits or even eliminate genetic diseases before birth. These technologies could allow more people to have children in their later years, helping to counteract declining birth rates in developed countries. 2. Artificial intelligence and automation. Artificial intelligence and automation will also impact human populations by transforming the workforce. As robots and AI systems take over more jobs, there may be fewer people needed for certain types of work. This could lead to higher unemployment rates, especially in industries like manufacturing, retail, and transportation. However, automation could also create new opportunities for human workers. As the economy shifts towards a service-based model, humans will increasingly focus on creative, intellectual, and social work, fields where AI and machines cannot easily replace human capabilities. The rise of AI could lead to greater economic prosperity for some, but it will also require a major societal shift in terms of education, work, and social support systems. Conclusion: the population dynamics of the 22nd century will be shaped by a complex interplay of demographic factors, technological innovations, and environmental changes. While population growth will continue in many parts of the world, demographic shifts such as aging populations and migration will pose significant challenges. At the same time, advances in technology and healthcare will offer new opportunities to address these challenges, enabling humanity to adapt to the changing world. As we move toward the future, it is important to recognize that human populations are not static. They are shaped by decisions made today about fertility, immigration, and the way we build our societies. Understanding these trends and preparing for the demographic changes ahead will be crucial for ensuring a sustainable, prosperous future for all of humanity. Key takeaways: the global population will continue to grow in the coming decades, with most of the growth occurring in developing regions. Aging populations in developed countries will present significant challenges for healthcare systems and social services. Technology, including biotechnology and artificial intelligence, will play a major role in shaping future population trends. Urbanization, migration, and climate change will all have profound effects on human populations in the 22nd century. Preparing for these changes will require global cooperation, forward-thinking policies, and innovative solutions. Practice exercise. Think about the potential impacts of a rapidly aging population in your country. What steps can be taken to ensure that elderly citizens are supported and that the workforce remains productive? Consider the role of technology, healthcare, and social policy in addressing this issue. Chapter 4: The Revolution in Science and Medicine. The 22nd century promises to be a time of unprecedented advances in science and medicine, heralding new possibilities for human health, longevity, and capabilities. These transformations will not only extend human life, but also redefine what it means to be human. As the pace of technological innovation accelerates, the boundaries of biological, medical, and scientific understanding will be pushed to new heights. In this chapter, we will explore the groundbreaking changes expected in the fields of medicine, biotechnology, neuroscience, and longevity, as well as their potential implications for individuals, society, and the human experience. The historical context, from the 20th to the 21st century. Before delving into the future, it is important to understand the remarkable progress that has already been made in science and medicine. Over the past century, humanity has achieved extraordinary breakthroughs that have radically transformed healthcare and our understanding of biology. Some of the most significant milestones include vaccination. The development of vaccines has been one of the most important contributions to global public health, helping to eradicate diseases like smallpox and drastically reduce the incidence of polio, tuberculosis, and other infectious diseases. Antibiotics. The discovery of antibiotics, such as penicillin, revolutionized the treatment of bacterial infections and saved countless lives. In the mid-20th century, this was considered a major turning point in medicine. Medical imaging. Technologies like X-rays, CT scans, and MRIs have provided doctors with unprecedented insights into the human body, enabling early detection and more effective treatments for a wide range of diseases. Genomics. The sequencing of the human genome, completed in 2003, laid the foundation for personalized medicine and targeted therapies. This breakthrough made it possible to understand genetic diseases at a molecular level and identify individuals at risk for specific conditions. Despite these advances, the 21st century continues to grapple with many challenges: emerging infectious diseases, aging populations, the rise of chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, and the increasing cost and complexity of healthcare systems. The promise of the next century, however, is to transcend these challenges through new scientific frontiers and medical technologies. The next frontier: biotechnology and medicine. The 22nd century will see biotechnology emerge as a cornerstone of medical practice. Biotechnology refers to the use of biological systems, organisms, or derivatives to develop new products and processes. In medicine, it will unlock powerful tools for both prevention and treatment, ranging from gene editing to synthetic biology. 1. Gene editing. The power of CRISPR. One of the most exciting technologies in biotechnology is gene editing, particularly using CRISPR-Cas9, a revolutionary technique that allows scientists to modify the DNA of living organisms with precision and accuracy. Since its discovery in 2012, CRISPR has shown incredible promise in the treatment of genetic diseases by allowing scientists to cut and paste genetic material. Applications in medicine. Gene therapy. By correcting defective genes, CRISPR has the potential to treat a wide range of inherited diseases, including cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and muscular dystrophy. For instance, scientists have already successfully used gene editing to cure sickle cell anemia in animal models, and human trials are ongoing. Cancer treatment. CRISPR may revolutionize cancer treatment by allowing for the modification of immune cells to target cancerous cells more effectively. In early trials, edited T cells have been used to attack leukemia cells with promising results. Human enhancement. Beyond treating diseases, CRISPR could enable human enhancement by modifying traits such as intelligence, physical strength, or resistance to certain diseases. While this remains highly controversial, the technology may eventually allow individuals to choose certain genetic traits for their offspring, raising ethical concerns about designer babies and genetic inequality. Example: in 2020, scientists in China edited the genes of human embryos to study potential treatments for genetic diseases. Although this experiment was met with ethical criticism, it marked an important step toward exploring the potential of genetic engineering for improving human health. 2. Personalized medicine, tailoring treatment to the individual. One of the most profound shifts in the medical field is the transition from a one-size-fits-all approach to personalized medicine. Personalized medicine involves tailoring medical treatment to the individual characteristics of each patient, including their genetic makeup, lifestyle, and environmental factors. How it works. Genetic profiling. By sequencing an individual's genome, doctors can identify genetic predispositions to certain diseases, enabling early intervention and preventive measures. For example, breast cancer patients with mutations in the BRCA1 or BRCA2 genes may be offered more frequent screening or preventative treatments. Pharmacogenomics. This field studies how a person's genetic makeup affects their response to drugs. By understanding genetic variations that influence drug metabolism, doctors can prescribe the most effective medications at the right doses, minimizing side effects and improving outcomes. For example, people with certain genetic variations may metabolize painkillers more slowly, requiring adjusted dosages. Example: the use of genetic testing in cancer care is already underway. Oncologists can now use genetic profiling to identify mutations in tumors and choose targeted therapies that are more likely to be effective. This approach, known as precision oncology, is helping to provide better outcomes for cancer patients by focusing on the specific genetic makeup of their tumors. 3. Synthetic biology, creating life forms. The future of biotechnology may involve synthetic biology, a field that combines engineering principles with biological systems to create new organisms or modify existing ones. This could lead to the development of biological machines, such as bacteria that produce fuel, medicines, or materials, as well as the creation of entirely new life forms. Applications in medicine. Organ creation. One of the most ambitious goals of synthetic biology is the creation of artificial organs. By combining stem cells and engineering principles, scientists could potentially grow human organs in the lab, reducing the dependence on organ transplants and addressing the global shortage of donated organs. Tissue engineering. Similarly, synthetic biology could allow for the creation of lab-grown tissues and even full organs. Using 3D printing and bioink technology, scientists are already printing tissues for testing drugs or treating wounds. In the future, this technology could make organ transplants more accessible and reduce the risk of organ rejection. Biosensors. In medicine, synthetic biology could lead to the creation of biosensors capable of diagnosing diseases in real time. These sensors could be embedded in the body or in wearable devices to monitor health indicators such as blood sugar levels, hormones, and genetic mutations. Example: in 2020, researchers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology successfully engineered a strain of bacteria capable of producing a synthetic form of a naturally occurring protein. This protein could be used to treat diseases like cystic fibrosis. The ability to create medicines from engineered microorganisms is a groundbreaking application of synthetic biology. Neuroscience and brain enhancement. The human brain remains one of the last great frontiers of science. While significant strides have been made in understanding how the brain functions, there is still much to uncover about consciousness, memory, and cognition. In the 22nd century, however, breakthroughs in neuroscience will allow for a deeper understanding of the brain and the development of technologies to enhance or repair it. 1. Neural implants and brain-computer interfaces. Brain-computer interfaces are devices that enable direct communication between the brain and external devices, such as computers or prosthetic limbs. These devices have already shown promise in treating conditions like paralysis, enabling patients to control robotic limbs or communicate via thought alone. In the 22nd century, BCIs could enable far more sophisticated interactions with technology. For example, individuals might be able to upload their consciousness to a digital platform, effectively immortalizing their thoughts and memories. These interfaces could also enable cognitive enhancements, allowing people to augment their memory, intelligence, and decision-making abilities. Example: in 2020, Elon Musk's company Neuralink successfully demonstrated the use of a BCI to allow a monkey to play video games using only its brain. While this technology is still in its infancy, it represents a potential leap toward human enhancement, including the treatment of neurological disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and spinal cord injuries. 2. Neurogenesis and brain repair. The field of neurogenesis, the process by which new neurons are generated in the brain, will also revolutionize medicine in the coming century. Scientists are already investigating ways to stimulate neurogenesis in adults, potentially leading to treatments for conditions like Alzheimer's, dementia, and brain injuries. Moreover, advances in stem cell therapies may allow for the repair or regeneration of damaged brain tissue. This could lead to cures for currently incurable neurological disorders, as well as the ability to reboot damaged areas of the brain, restoring cognitive functions in individuals who have suffered strokes or brain injuries. Example: in 2015, researchers successfully grew human brain tissue in the lab from stem cells. These mini-brains, known as organoids, can be used to study brain development and diseases, opening the door for new treatments. The future of longevity. The concept of immortality has fascinated humans for millennia, but in the 22nd century, it may become a more tangible possibility. Advances in biotechnology, genetics, and regenerative medicine could allow for significantly extended human lifespans, possibly even reversing the aging process. 1. Anti-aging therapies. One of the most promising areas of research is anti-aging medicine. Scientists are studying the genetic and molecular processes that cause aging in order to develop therapies that slow down, halt, or even reverse these processes. Key areas of research include telomeres. Telomeres are the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes, which shorten with age and are associated with aging and age-related diseases. Researchers are exploring ways to extend telomeres or protect them from shortening. Stem cells. Stem cell therapies may hold the key to regenerating damaged tissues and organs, allowing the body to repair itself more effectively as it ages. Senolytics. These are compounds that target and eliminate senescent cells, cells that have stopped dividing but do not die. Senescent cells accumulate with age and are linked to many age-related diseases. By clearing them out, scientists hope to extend lifespan and health span. Example: in 2020, a clinical trial showed that a drug called dasatinib, which was originally used to treat leukemia, could clear senescent cells in mice and extend their lifespan by up to 25%. 2. Mind uploading and digital immortality. Some futurists believe that mind uploading, the process of transferring human consciousness into a computer or artificial body, could offer a path to digital immortality. While this technology is still highly speculative, advances in neuroscience and AI could make it possible to digitize human thoughts, memories, and experiences. Example: in 2018, a group of scientists at the University of California proposed the idea of uploading a person's consciousness into a digital format, although it remains a concept rather than a reality. If this becomes possible, it could allow human beings to live beyond the physical limitations of their biological bodies. Conclusion: the revolution in science and medicine promises to redefine the human experience in ways that were once the stuff of science fiction. From gene editing to synthetic biology, neuroscience to brain-computer interfaces, the 22nd century will be marked by profound transformations that extend life, improve health, and enhance human capabilities. These advancements will not only push the boundaries of medicine, but also force us to reconsider fundamental questions about ethics, identity, and the meaning of life. As we stand on the brink of this exciting future, it is essential that we approach these breakthroughs with both hope and caution, ensuring that the benefits of these technologies are accessible to all and that we remain mindful of the ethical implications. The future of science and medicine holds immense promise, and it will be our responsibility to guide it toward a future that benefits all of humanity. Key takeaways: biotechnology, gene editing, and personalized medicine will be the driving forces behind medical innovation in the 22nd century. Advances in brain-computer interfaces, neurogenesis, and neuroprosthetics could lead to enhanced human capabilities and the treatment of neurological disorders. Anti-aging therapies and regenerative medicine may significantly extend human lifespan and health span. Mind uploading and digital immortality remain speculative, but could become reality as neuroscience and AI continue to advance. These advancements raise important ethical questions about human enhancement, equity, and the nature of identity. Practice exercise. Consider how biotechnology and gene editing might impact your life in the future. What ethical dilemmas could arise from these advancements? How might these technologies reshape society, and what measures could be taken to ensure that they are used responsibly and equitably? Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It really helps me create more content for you. Thank you. Chapter 5: Technology and Artificial Intelligence: New Frontiers. The 22nd century promises a revolutionary leap forward in human civilization, much of which will be powered by technology and artificial intelligence. As we advance toward this new era, AI's ability to learn, adapt, and perform increasingly complex tasks will drastically reshape how we live, work, and interact with the world. In this chapter, we will explore how AI and technology will be the cornerstone of this future, touching on new frontiers such as automation, machine learning, quantum computing, and biotechnology. We will also discuss the profound societal changes that these technologies will bring, from new industries to ethical considerations and social implications. 1. The evolution of artificial intelligence. Before diving into the specifics of the 22nd century, it's important to understand the evolution of AI and its potential trajectory. AI has already made significant strides in the 21st century, particularly in fields like data analysis, language processing, and machine learning. Yet, as impressive as these advancements are, they represent only a fraction of AI's full potential. Artificial intelligence today versus tomorrow. AI today is typically classified into two categories: narrow AI and general AI. Narrow AI excels in specific tasks, whether it's facial recognition, translation, or playing games like Go and chess. This type of AI is already being used extensively in industries such as finance, healthcare, and retail, helping organizations streamline processes, improve efficiency, and enhance customer experiences. However, general AI represents the next frontier. General AI is designed to perform any intellectual task that a human can do, offering capabilities such as reasoning, learning from experience, and understanding complex contexts. This type of AI would be able to exhibit adaptive learning, create new concepts autonomously, and even innovate. General AI will surpass the current limits of narrow AI, leading to machines that possess a higher level of autonomy and intellectual capacity. Example: while today's AI algorithms are able to predict consumer behavior based on past purchases, general AI would be able to anticipate future needs, generate new product ideas, and even optimize the supply chain autonomously, essentially running a business entirely on its own. The future of AI will see it become more integrated into the fabric of daily life, not just as a tool for performing tasks, but as an active partner in decision-making processes, enhancing human capabilities across multiple domains. 2. The role of AI in automation. Automation is one of the most significant benefits of AI and is set to redefine industries across the globe. From manufacturing to healthcare, AI will automate an increasing number of tasks, driving efficiency, reducing costs, and opening new avenues for productivity. Manufacturing and Industry 4.0. In the 21st century, we saw the rise of Industry 4.0, characterized by smart factories and automated processes powered by IoT devices and AI. By 2123, we can expect these systems to evolve into fully autonomous, self-optimizing production lines that require little to no human intervention. Example: imagine a car manufacturing plant where robots, powered by AI, autonomously build vehicles, detect defects, and even predict maintenance needs without any human oversight. The machines not only follow predefined instructions but also analyze data in real time to adapt to changes in the supply chain, improve design specifications, and optimize energy usage. Such systems will revolutionize not just the manufacturing industry, but also the way we think about work itself. As machines take over routine, repetitive tasks, humans will be freed to focus on higher-level problem-solving, creativity, and strategy. AI in service industries. In service industries, automation driven by AI will also lead to a complete overhaul of how businesses operate. AI will take over repetitive customer service tasks, handle scheduling, and even perform some aspects of technical support. But the integration of AI won't be limited to just improving efficiency. AI will also allow companies to offer personalized services at an unprecedented scale. Example: AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants are already in use in customer service. In the future, these AI agents will become even more advanced, handling not just simple inquiries, but also complex interactions that require emotional intelligence and an understanding of human needs. Healthcare will also benefit from automation, with AI-enabled diagnostic tools performing real-time analysis of medical images and patient data, providing recommendations for treatment, and even predicting disease outbreaks. 3. Quantum computing, the next frontier. While AI is already transforming many industries, its full potential will be realized in tandem with the rise of quantum computing. Quantum computing, which leverages the principles of quantum mechanics, promises to unlock computing power far beyond anything possible with classical computers. Quantum versus classical computing. Classical computers, which rely on bits, process information in a linear fashion. While this has served humanity well for decades, classical computing has its limitations when it comes to solving complex, large-scale problems. Quantum computers, on the other hand, use quantum bits or qubits, which can represent both 0 and 1 simultaneously due to a phenomenon called superposition. This allows quantum computers to perform many calculations at once, exponentially increasing their processing power. Example: the field of cryptography is one area where quantum computing could make a huge impact. Classical encryption methods rely on the difficulty of factoring large numbers, which is currently a task that would take a classical computer thousands of years to complete. However, a sufficiently powerful quantum computer could break this encryption in a matter of seconds, prompting a complete redesign of security protocols. For AI, the rise of quantum computing will enable vastly improved machine learning algorithms, optimization techniques, and data processing capabilities. Machine learning models, particularly deep learning, require immense computational resources. Quantum computing will significantly enhance the speed at which AI systems can learn from vast datasets, leading to more intelligent and adaptive AI systems. Example: quantum computers could help solve some of the most pressing challenges in fields such as climate change, drug discovery, and materials science. For instance, by simulating complex chemical reactions at the quantum level, AI-powered quantum computers could speed up the discovery of new medicines and materials with unprecedented efficiency. For AI and biotechnology, the fusion of technology and life sciences, the integration of AI with biotechnology will represent a fusion of the digital and biological worlds, creating new possibilities for healthcare, agriculture, and environmental conservation. By leveraging AI's ability to analyze large datasets and make predictions, scientists will be able to develop personalized treatments, optimize agricultural yields, and even engineer biological organisms to address complex environmental challenges. Personalized medicine and gene editing. AI will revolutionize healthcare by enabling personalized medicine, where treatments are tailored to an individual's genetic makeup. By analyzing genomic data, AI will be able to predict which drugs will be most effective for a given patient and which will cause adverse reactions. This approach could reduce side effects, improve recovery times, and enhance overall patient outcomes. AI will also play a pivotal role in gene editing. Technologies like CRISPR, Cas9, which allow for the precise modification of DNA, will be enhanced by AI algorithms that can predict the outcomes of specific genetic modifications. In the future, AI could enable scientists to edit the human genome to eliminate genetic diseases, potentially eradicating conditions like cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and even aging itself. Example: AI and gene editing technologies could work together to cure previously incurable diseases. By analyzing a person's genetic code, AI could identify faulty genes and guide the CRISPR system to precisely edit those genes, offering hope for those affected by genetic disorders. Agricultural biotechnology. AI will also enable us to meet the growing demands of global food production. By analyzing data on soil health, weather patterns, and crop genetics, AI will help optimize agricultural practices, leading to higher yields and more sustainable farming methods. AI-driven systems will help monitor crops in real time, detecting early signs of disease or pests and providing farmers with targeted recommendations for treatment. Example: in the future, AI-powered drones or autonomous robots could monitor vast fields of crops, using advanced image recognition to identify diseases or deficiencies in real time. This would enable farmers to take immediate action, minimizing waste and maximizing the efficiency of crop production. 5. The ethics of AI, challenges and responsibilities. As AI becomes increasingly integrated into our lives, we must grapple with the ethical challenges that arise. Issues such as data privacy, algorithmic bias, job displacement, and the potential misuse of AI for surveillance or warfare require thoughtful regulation and oversight. AI and privacy. One of the most pressing ethical concerns surrounding AI is privacy. AI systems rely on vast amounts of data to make decisions, and much of this data is personal in nature. Ensuring that this data is protected and used ethically will be paramount. As AI systems become more sophisticated, we will need robust regulations to safeguard against the unauthorized use of personal data. Example: AI systems that recommend products based on user behavior or social media activity are already commonplace. However, in the future, AI could use even more invasive data, such as biometric data, to make predictions about our behavior, thoughts, and intentions. Striking a balance between personalization and privacy will be one of the key challenges of the coming century. AI and biased AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on. If this data is biased, the AI systems will also be biased. This has serious implications in areas such as hiring, lending, and law enforcement, where biased algorithms can perpetuate inequality and discrimination. Developing AI systems that are fair, transparent, and accountable will be a critical responsibility. Example: AI systems used in hiring processes have been found to exhibit gender and racial biases, leading to discrimination in job selection. Future AI systems will need to undergo rigorous testing to ensure that they do not perpetuate existing biases and inequalities. Conclusion: embracing the future with responsibility. The future of AI holds limitless potential. From transforming industries to enhancing our daily lives, the possibilities are vast. However, as we venture into this new era, we must approach AI and technology with caution, ensuring that these advancements are harnessed responsibly and ethically. The 22nd century will be shaped by our decisions today. How we regulate, develop, and implement AI will determine whether this new frontier is a force for good or a source of unforeseen challenges. Key takeaways: AI will revolutionize industries like manufacturing, healthcare, and service, leading to unprecedented efficiency and productivity. Quantum computing will provide AI with the computational power to solve complex problems and enhance machine learning models. AI's integration with biotechnology will create new possibilities in personalized medicine, gene editing, and sustainable agriculture. The ethical implications of AI, including issues of privacy, bias, and job displacement, must be addressed to ensure responsible development. Human collaboration with AI will define the next century, creating opportunities for innovation, creativity, and societal advancement. Practice exercise. Reflect on an industry or sector that interests you. How might AI revolutionize it in the next 100 years? What ethical considerations would you need to address in this context? Chapter 6: Politics and Global Relations. The shifting power dynamics of the 22nd century. As the world moves into the 22nd century, political landscapes and global relations will undergo significant transformations. The rapid advances in technology, the rise of new geopolitical players, and the ever-present challenges of climate change and resource management will shape the way countries interact, govern, and cooperate with one another. In this chapter, we will explore the shifting dynamics of global politics, the rise of new powers, the future of international organizations, and the ethical and moral questions that will arise as the global community faces unprecedented challenges. We will also examine the potential for global cooperation and conflict in a world that is becoming more interconnected, yet increasingly divided. 1. The changing nature of power. In the 21st century, global power was largely defined by military strength, economic dominance, and political influence. However, by the 22nd century, this traditional understanding of power will be increasingly challenged. New forms of power will emerge, driven by advancements in technology, knowledge, and interconnectedness. The rise of technological power. In the 22nd century, power will no longer be solely determined by the size of a country's military or economy. Instead, the ability to control and manipulate technology, especially in areas such as artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and biotechnology, will become a key determinant of global power. Countries that lead in these technologies will wield significant influence over global affairs, as they will have the capacity to shape economies, control information, and even influence the course of scientific and medical progress. Example: in the near future, the race for technological supremacy will extend beyond military power to include dominance in AI and quantum computing. Nations that lead in these fields will have the upper hand in solving global challenges, ranging from climate change mitigation to medical breakthroughs, giving them a unique political and economic leverage on the world stage. Nations like China, the United States, and India, which are already investing heavily in AI and quantum computing, are positioning themselves as key global players for the 22nd century. The emergence of global tech corporations as political players. Another shift in the distribution of power will come from the growing influence of global tech giants. As companies such as Amazon, Google, Apple, and new emerging tech firms expand their reach, their influence on global affairs will rival that of governments. These companies will control massive amounts of data, wield technological capabilities that surpass those of many nation-states, and play critical roles in global governance, shaping policies related to cybersecurity, data privacy, and even international law. Example: in the 21st century, we already see instances of tech giants influencing public opinion through social media platforms, as seen with the role of Facebook in political elections. In the future, these companies could be instrumental in shaping global policies on everything from climate action to human rights. Imagine a scenario where a multinational tech company, with its vast network of resources and data, is able to negotiate directly with world governments to set global standards for environmental protection or data privacy. 2. The decline of traditional nation-state power. In the traditional system of international relations, nation-states have been the primary actors on the global stage. However, as globalization accelerates and the effects of climate change, economic inequality, and technological disruption are felt worldwide, the traditional nation-state system will face increasing challenges. The rise of transnational issues such as climate change, pandemics, and cyber threats requires more collaborative and flexible forms of governance that transcend national borders. The rise of regional and transnational cooperation. In response to the limitations of national sovereignty, regional organizations and transnational coalitions will become increasingly important in the 22nd century. These alliances, which may be centered around shared interests such as trade, climate action, or security, will reshape the political landscape by allowing countries to work together on issues that transcend borders. Example: the European Union is already an example of how nations can pool their sovereignty in order to address shared challenges. In the 22nd century, we may see the expansion of such regional alliances, where countries with similar environmental concerns, for example, form an economic and political bloc to address the global climate crisis. Similarly, regional defense pacts or trade agreements might form to counterbalance the dominance of superpowers. Global governance structures. As global challenges become more interconnected, international organizations such as the United Nations, World Trade Organization, and World Health Organization will need to adapt. In the 22nd century, these institutions may evolve to become more inclusive and effective in managing the complex challenges of the future. The UN, for instance, could evolve into a more powerful and flexible body, capable of enforcing international law and taking collective action on issues like climate change, cybersecurity, and the ethical use of AI. Example: currently, the UN's ability to respond to international crises is often hampered by the need for consensus among member states, many of which have competing interests. In the future, the UN may shift towards a more technocratic model where experts and scientists play a larger role in decision-making processes alongside national representatives. This could lead to quicker responses to issues like global health crises or natural disasters. 3. The future of global security. As technology continues to advance, the nature of global security will also evolve. Traditional concepts of military power, based on territorial control and nuclear deterrence, will be challenged by new forms of warfare and conflict. The future of global security will likely center around cybersecurity, space warfare, and AI-driven conflict. Cybersecurity and the new frontier of warfare. The rise of digital technology will lead to the emergence of cyber warfare as a central component of global security. In the 22nd century, cyber attacks could become as significant as traditional military confrontations, targeting everything from power grids to financial systems. Governments and corporations alike will need to develop sophisticated defenses against cyber threats, and international agreements may be needed to prevent the weaponization of the internet. Example: the Stuxnet attack, which targeted Iran's nuclear facilities in 2010, highlighted the potential of cyber warfare. In the future, we can expect to see entire national infrastructures being threatened by cyber attacks. Global treaties and international norms will be necessary to define the rules of cyber warfare and ensure that attacks are met with appropriate responses. Space warfare and the militarization of space. As space becomes a new frontier for exploration and resource extraction, the potential for conflict in space will increase. Spacefaring nations will need to develop robust defense strategies to protect satellites, space stations, and even lunar or Martian colonies from attacks or disruptions. Space will likely become the next battleground for geopolitical dominance, with nations vying for control of resources such as asteroids and lunar minerals. Example: the growing importance of space-based infrastructure, such as GPS satellites, means that attacks on these systems could have severe global consequences. In the future, space militarization could lead to a new type of arms race, where nations seek to build space-based weapon systems to secure their interests in the solar system. Artificial intelligence in warfare. AI will play a pivotal role in shaping future conflicts. Autonomous drones, AI-powered cyber warfare tools, and even robotic soldiers could become the main instruments of warfare. As AI becomes more advanced, the ethical and strategic implications of using such technology in combat will be hotly debated. International conventions and treaties will likely be required to regulate the use of AI in warfare, ensuring that it does not lead to unchecked escalation or violations of international law. Example: in the 22nd century, autonomous weapon systems might be used in combat, making decisions without human intervention. The ethical implications of such systems are profound. Will we allow machines to make life-and-death decisions on the battlefield? This question will drive political debates and influence the future of warfare. 4. The rise of new global powers. As the global balance of power shifts, we can expect the rise of new global players in the 22nd century. Emerging economies in Africa, Asia, and Latin America will challenge the traditional dominance of Western powers, such as the United States and Europe. The increasing interconnectedness of the world, coupled with the rise of digital technology, will empower countries that have traditionally been marginalized on the world stage. The rise of the Global South. Countries in the Global South, particularly in Africa and Asia, will play an increasingly important role in shaping global politics. As these regions experience economic growth and technological advancement, they will exert more influence over global governance structures, trade policies, and environmental initiatives. Example: in the 21st century, China emerged as a major geopolitical player. By the 22nd century, India, Nigeria, Brazil, and other countries in the Global South may challenge Western dominance, offering new political models and economic policies that reflect their diverse needs and priorities. The role of multinational alliances. As new global powers emerge, we will likely see the formation of new alliances and coalitions that reflect the shifting balance of power. These alliances may be based on shared economic interests, common cultural values, or mutual concerns about security and climate change. Example, a coalition of emerging economies in Africa and Asia might come together to create a new trade bloc that challenges the influence of the West. Such a bloc could leverage their collective power to reshape the global economy, creating new trade routes, developing technological hubs, and influencing global decision-making on issues like climate change and economic development. 5. The ethics of global relations. As global politics and power dynamics evolve, the ethical considerations surrounding international relations will become increasingly important. Issues such as human rights, environmental justice, and the responsible use of technology will need to be addressed by governments and international organizations. In the 22nd century, the future of global politics will not only be shaped by hard power, such as military strength and economic dominance, but also by soft power, including diplomacy, cultural exchange, and the ability to promote shared values. Global justice and human rights. The ethical principles of human rights and global justice will continue to be a focal point in international relations. Issues such as climate justice, refugees, and economic inequality will require concerted efforts from nations, international organizations, and civil society to address. As global interconnectedness increases, the need for a universal framework for human rights will become even more pressing. Example, the 22nd century could see the development of a global climate justice framework, where wealthier nations are held accountable for their historical emissions and contribute to the development of sustainable infrastructure in poorer countries. Conclusion: a new era in global politics. The 22nd century promises to be a time of profound transformation in global politics and international relations. From the rise of new global powers to the increasing influence of technology and multinational corporations, the political landscape will be radically different from the world we know today. However, as we face new opportunities and challenges, we must also navigate the ethical and moral implications of our actions on the global stage. Key takeaways. Technology will redefine power dynamics, with countries and corporations that lead in AI, quantum computing, and biotechnology wielding significant global influence. Regional and transnational cooperation will become more important as countries address shared challenges like climate change, pandemics, and cyber threats. Global security will be shaped by cybersecurity, space warfare, and AI-driven military technologies. The rise of the Global South will challenge traditional power structures and create new opportunities for international cooperation and conflict. Ethical considerations surrounding human rights, environmental justice, and the responsible use of technology will be central to global relations in the 22nd century. Practice exercise. Consider the current global power dynamics. How might the rise of new technologies such as AI and quantum computing change the balance of power in the future? Write a reflection on how emerging economies might influence global politics in the 22nd century. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It really helps me create more content for you. Thank you. Chapter 7: Space Exploration and the Discovery of New Worlds. The exploration of space has been a fascinating pursuit for humanity since the dawn of modern science, and the future promises to bring even more awe-inspiring discoveries. As we move into the 22nd century, humanity will continue to push the boundaries of space exploration, breaking new frontiers and discovering new worlds. This chapter delves into the evolution of space exploration, the technologies that will drive the next wave of exploration, and the implications of these discoveries on society, politics, and the future of humanity. From the colonization of other planets to the search for extraterrestrial life, space exploration will profoundly shape the trajectory of human civilization. 1. The current state of space exploration. Space exploration in the 21st century is already a remarkable achievement. The past few decades have seen significant strides in the exploration of the solar system, the development of private space companies, and the preparation for human missions beyond Earth. However, the true potential of space exploration is only beginning to unfold. The space race and the rise of private space companies. The mid-20th century marked the start of the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union. The Apollo moon landings in 1969 were a high point of this competition, with the U.S. landing the first humans on the moon. Following the space race, space exploration slowed, and for many years, the focus shifted to low Earth orbit missions, such as those carried out by the International Space Station. The ISS became a symbol of international cooperation, with astronauts from various countries working together on scientific research. In the 21st century, the arrival of private companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic has radically changed the landscape of space exploration. These companies are not only developing reusable rockets, making space travel more affordable, but they are also paving the way for commercial spaceflight, private space stations, and the eventual colonization of the Moon and Mars. Example: SpaceX's successful launch and landing of its Falcon 9 rocket marked a pivotal moment in space exploration. The development of reusable rockets has significantly reduced the cost of space travel, making space exploration more accessible. In addition, SpaceX's Mars colonization plan, led by Elon Musk, envisions sending the first crewed missions to Mars within the next few decades. Space exploration and international collaboration. While private companies have made remarkable progress, space exploration remains a collaborative effort between nations. International space agencies such as NASA, the European Space Agency, and Roscosmos have worked together on projects like the ISS, and future exploration missions will likely continue this spirit of cooperation. Collaborative missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond may involve pooling resources, expertise, and technology from multiple countries, ensuring that the burden of these ambitious projects is shared across the globe. Example: the Artemis program, a mission by NASA to return humans to the Moon, involves collaborations between NASA, ESA, and other international partners. The Artemis program's goal is not just to land humans on the Moon, but to establish a sustainable human presence, laying the groundwork for future missions to Mars and beyond. 2. The colonization of Mars. One of the most exciting prospects of space exploration in the 22nd century is the colonization of Mars. The Red Planet has long fascinated scientists and science fiction enthusiasts alike, and recent advancements in technology make it increasingly feasible for humans to establish a permanent presence on Mars. Mars offers several advantages for colonization, such as the presence of water ice, its relatively similar day-night cycle, and its proximity to Earth. The challenges of Mars colonization. Despite these advantages, colonizing Mars will be an immense challenge. The planet's atmosphere is thin and composed primarily of carbon dioxide, which makes it inhospitable for human life. In addition, the planet's surface temperature is extremely cold, and radiation from the sun poses a significant risk to human health. To address these challenges, scientists and engineers are developing innovative solutions for sustaining human life on Mars. These include building habitats that can protect colonists from radiation, creating closed-loop life support systems to recycle air, water, and waste, and developing technologies to extract resources from the Martian environment. Example: one of the key components of Mars colonization will be the development of sustainable habitats. Companies like SpaceX and NASA are exploring the idea of 3D printing structures using local Martian materials, a process known as in situ resource utilization. This could dramatically reduce the cost of transporting materials from Earth and allow humans to build permanent shelters on Mars using the planet's own resources. Terraforming Mars, a long-term vision. In the distant future, it may be possible to terraform Mars, altering its atmosphere and climate to make it more hospitable to human life. Terraforming would involve releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere to warm the planet, thickening it to create a more Earth-like environment. While this concept is still theoretical and would take centuries or even millennia to accomplish, it remains an intriguing possibility for making Mars a second home for humanity. Example: scientists have proposed the idea of using nuclear devices or large-scale industrial operations to release carbon dioxide trapped in the Martian polar ice caps. By increasing the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the goal would be to gradually warm the planet and create conditions suitable for liquid water and plant life. 3. The search for extraterrestrial life. Another key aspect of space exploration in the 22nd century will be the search for extraterrestrial life. The discovery of life beyond Earth would have profound implications for our understanding of biology, philosophy, and the nature of the universe itself. The search for life will focus on two main areas: the study of exoplanets and the exploration of moons in our own solar system, such as Europa, Enceladus, and Titan. The search for life on exoplanets. In recent years, astronomers have discovered thousands of exoplanets, many of which are in the habitable zone of their star, where conditions might be right for liquid water to exist. With the advent of more advanced telescopes, the ability to study the atmospheres of these planets is rapidly improving. Future missions may send probes to directly study these planets or even collect samples to determine if life exists there. Example: the James Webb Space Telescope is expected to provide unprecedented insights into the atmospheres of exoplanets. It will be able to detect chemical signatures that may indicate the presence of life, such as oxygen, methane, or other organic compounds. Exploring moons in our solar system. In addition to exoplanets, moons within our own solar system are also considered prime candidates for hosting life. Moons such as Europa, Enceladus, and Titan have subsurface oceans beneath their icy crusts, making them potentially habitable. Space missions targeting these moons are currently in development, and future exploration could uncover microbial life or even more complex organisms. Example: NASA's Europa Clipper mission, scheduled for launch in the 2020s, will send a spacecraft to study Europa's icy surface and subsurface ocean. The mission aims to investigate the moon's potential for hosting life, as well as its geological and chemical characteristics. 4. The technological advancements of the 22nd century. For humanity to fully realize its ambitions in space, significant technological advancements will be required. These technologies will not only facilitate the exploration and colonization of other planets, but will also help us solve critical problems on Earth, such as resource shortages, climate change, and energy production. Advanced propulsion systems. One of the most significant technological challenges for interplanetary travel is the need for faster and more efficient propulsion systems. Current chemical rockets are limited by their fuel efficiency and speed. To travel to Mars or beyond in a reasonable time frame, new propulsion technologies will be necessary. Example: nuclear propulsion systems, such as nuclear thermal or nuclear electric propulsion, are being researched as potential solutions for deep space travel. These systems would provide much higher efficiency and speed compared to conventional chemical rockets, allowing spacecraft to reach distant destinations more quickly. Artificial gravity and life support systems. Long-duration space travel will require advancements in artificial gravity and life support systems. On long journeys, such as those to Mars or beyond, astronauts will be exposed to microgravity for extended periods, which can lead to muscle atrophy, bone loss, and other health problems. Developing artificial gravity by using centrifugal force in rotating spacecraft could mitigate these effects, ensuring that astronauts remain healthy throughout their journey. Example: the O'Neill cylinder, a proposed space habitat, uses centrifugal force to create artificial gravity. While it is still in the realm of theoretical design, the concept has the potential to enable long-term space exploration by providing a stable, Earth-like environment for astronauts. In situ resource utilization for successful colonization of planets and moons, astronauts will need to rely on resources found in space rather than bringing everything from Earth. ISRU technologies, which enable the extraction of water, oxygen, and other materials from local environments, will be crucial for establishing sustainable colonies. Example: NASA's Perseverance rover, which landed on Mars in 2021, is equipped with the MOXIE instrument, designed to produce oxygen from the Martian atmosphere. This technology could one day allow astronauts to produce the oxygen they need for breathing and fuel on Mars, reducing reliance on Earth-based supplies. 5. The ethics and implications of space exploration. As we venture further into space, we must consider the ethical and moral implications of our actions. Space exploration raises important questions about the potential for exploitation, the preservation of extraterrestrial environments, and the rights of any potential extraterrestrial life. The ethics of terraforming and colonization. The idea of terraforming other planets and moons raises questions about humanity's right to alter entire ecosystems for its own benefit. Should we alter the environments of other worlds, potentially destroying any life forms that may exist there, just to make them more habitable for humans? These ethical dilemmas will require careful thought and international cooperation. The preservation of extraterrestrial environments. As we explore other planets and moons, we must ensure that we do not contaminate or destroy the delicate environments we find. The possibility of discovering microbial life on Mars or Europa, for example, presents the challenge of avoiding contamination from Earth microbes that could inadvertently destroy these fragile ecosystems. Conclusion: the infinite frontier. The 22nd century promises to be a time of incredible space exploration and discovery. As humanity ventures into space, we will not only learn more about the cosmos but also about ourselves. The technological advancements of the next century will enable us to explore new worlds, search for life beyond Earth, and even colonize other planets. However, with these incredible possibilities come significant challenges, both technical and ethical. The future of space exploration will depend on our ability to collaborate globally, make responsible decisions, and approach the unknown with humility and awe. Key takeaways. Space exploration will continue to evolve with advancements in propulsion, life support systems, and in situ resource utilization. Mars colonization is a key goal for humanity, with both private companies and space agencies developing the technologies necessary for long-term habitation. The search for extraterrestrial life will be a major focus of space exploration, with missions to study exoplanets and moons in our own solar system. Technological advancements in space exploration will not only facilitate our exploration of the solar system, but will also address challenges such as resource shortages and climate change on Earth. Ethical considerations, such as the preservation of extraterrestrial environments and the right to terraform other worlds, will play a critical role in the future of space exploration. Practice exercise. Imagine that you are part of a team working on the first human mission to Mars. Write a proposal outlining the technologies, resources, and strategies that will be necessary for the success of the mission. Consider challenges such as life support, habitat construction, and resource extraction from the Martian environment. Chapter 8: Cultural and Artistic Transformations in the 22nd Century. As humanity moves further into the 22nd century, the cultural and artistic landscapes will undergo dramatic shifts, influenced by technological advancements, globalization, and changing societal values. Art and culture, which have always been reflections of human experience and expression, will evolve to capture the complexities of a rapidly changing world. This chapter explores how cultural practices and artistic expression will transform in response to technological developments, environmental challenges, and societal changes. From digital art to virtual reality experiences, the future of culture and the arts will push boundaries in ways we can barely imagine today. 1. The evolution of art in the digital age. The digital revolution of the 21st century has already had a profound impact on the art world, and this influence will only continue to grow in the 22nd century. The digital era has introduced new forms of art, such as digital paintings, 3D sculptures, virtual art galleries, and interactive installations. These new mediums have democratized art creation, enabling anyone with a computer or smartphone to create and share their work with the world. The rise of digital art and virtual exhibitions. Digital art is not a new concept, but it has reached new heights in recent years with advancements in software, hardware, and online platforms. In the 22nd century, digital art will become even more ubiquitous, with artists using advanced tools like AI and augmented reality to create immersive, interactive works. AI-driven art, in which machines collaborate with humans to produce unique pieces, will likely become a dominant form of creative expression. The fusion of AI and human creativity could result in innovative artworks that are beyond our current imagination. Example: the concept of AI-generated art is already gaining traction, with AI algorithms like OpenAI's DALL and GPT-3 producing original pieces of art based on user prompts. In the future, AI might be able to co-create works with human artists, blurring the lines between human and machine-made art. This could lead to the emergence of entirely new artistic genres. Moreover, virtual art exhibitions and galleries will become more common in the 22nd century. Virtual reality platforms will enable viewers to experience art in immersive, 3D environments. Artists may create digital-only works that can only be experienced in VR spaces, transforming the concept of a traditional art gallery. As VR technology becomes more sophisticated, it may even allow people to interact with and influence the artwork in real time, further blurring the lines between the artist and the audience. Example: the Museum of Other Realities is a virtual reality art museum that hosts VR art exhibitions from creators around the world. In the 22nd century, similar museums could become mainstream, where visitors access art experiences from their own homes through immersive headsets. This could also lead to the rise of art that exists purely in the digital realm, with no physical counterpart. 3D printing and the transformation of sculpture. 3D printing has already revolutionized the way artists approach sculpture. In the future, artists will use advanced 3D printing techniques to create intricate, complex sculptures that would be impossible to produce using traditional methods. Additionally, 3D printing allows artists to print with a variety of materials, from metals to biodegradable substances, expanding the range of textures and finishes that can be used in sculptures. Example: in 2021, artist and designer Jonathan Zawada collaborated with a 3D printing company to produce a series of sculptures printed using recycled ocean plastics. In the future, artists could use 3D printing to create sculptures from materials found in space, such as asteroid metal, or even create living sculptures using bioprinting technology. These advancements will open up new possibilities for artistic expression. 2. The impact of artificial intelligence on art. Artificial intelligence is set to play a significant role in the cultural and artistic transformations of the 22nd century. AI-driven creativity is already emerging, with algorithms capable of producing everything from paintings and music to literature and film scripts. As AI continues to evolve, it will offer new tools and techniques for artists, enabling them to push the boundaries of their work. AI as a creative partner. AI can be used as a creative partner in the art-making process, helping artists generate new ideas, refine their techniques, and explore uncharted creative territory. For example, AI can analyze vast amounts of data to identify trends in art history and suggest innovative combinations of styles, themes, and techniques. This could result in the creation of entirely new genres and movements, combining elements of past artistic traditions with futuristic concepts. Example: AI-generated music is already gaining traction, with composers using algorithms to create symphonies and songs that mimic the styles of classical composers or modern musicians. In the 22nd century, AI might be able to compose entire musical pieces based on the emotional state of the listener or the mood of a specific moment in time, creating a deeply personalized experience. Additionally, AI could be used to create interactive art installations that respond to the viewer's emotions or movements. In these installations, the art could change in real time, influenced by the viewer's presence. This would create a dynamic, participatory art experience where the boundaries between the artist, the artwork, and the audience become fluid. AI and the concept of authorship. As AI becomes more involved in the creative process, questions about authorship and originality will become increasingly complex. If an AI algorithm creates a piece of art, who owns the rights to the work? Is it the programmer who designed the AI itself, or the human who provided the input for the creation? These questions will challenge traditional notions of authorship and intellectual property, sparking debates within the art world and legal systems. Example: in 2018, an AI-generated portrait titled Edmond de Bellamy, created by the Paris-based collective Obvious, was auctioned at Christie's for over $432,000. This event raised questions about the value of AI-generated art and the definition of artistic authorship. As AI becomes more sophisticated, the line between human and machine-generated creativity will continue to blur. 3. Art and culture in the virtual reality and augmented reality spaces. The 22nd century will witness the widespread use of virtual reality and augmented reality technologies, which will revolutionize the way we experience art and culture. These immersive technologies will not only create new forms of art, but will also enhance our interaction with traditional art forms. Virtual reality as an artistic medium. In the 22nd century, virtual reality will be an integral part of the art world. Artists will create immersive VR environments that allow viewers to step inside their artwork and experience it from multiple perspectives. These VR art experiences could range from interactive installations to entire virtual worlds where the viewer can explore and interact with the art in real time. Example: VR art platforms like Tiltbrush allow artists to create three-dimensional paintings in a virtual space. In the future, VR art could become even more interactive, allowing viewers to shape the artwork themselves, influencing the environment with their actions. Moreover, VR could be used to recreate lost or inaccessible art and cultural heritage sites, offering new ways for people to experience historical works of art and monuments. For example, the ancient ruins of Pompeii could be brought to life in virtual reality, allowing people to walk through the city as it appeared before its destruction. Augmented reality and interactive art. Augmented reality, which overlays digital information onto the physical world, will also play a significant role in the future of art. Artists will use AR to create interactive art experiences that blend the digital and physical worlds. AR art can be accessed through smartphones, tablets, or AR glasses, allowing viewers to interact with art in real time. Example: in the 2020s, artists began creating AR art installations that could be experienced through smartphones. For instance, AR-based public art projects, such as AR graffiti, allow viewers to interact with digital graffiti art that appears on the walls of buildings when viewed through their phones. In the 22nd century, AR could be used to create dynamic art pieces that respond to the environment and the viewer's actions. 4. The globalization of culture and the rise of new cultural movements. In the 22nd century, globalization will continue to shape cultural practices, leading to the blending of diverse cultural traditions and the emergence of new global cultural movements. Technology will facilitate the exchange of ideas and art forms across borders, allowing for greater cross-cultural collaboration and the creation of hybrid art forms that reflect the interconnected world. The fusion of global cultures. As travel and communication continue to improve, cultures will become more interconnected, resulting in the fusion of artistic traditions from around the world. This blending of cultures will be reflected in music, fashion, film, and other art forms, creating new hybrid styles that transcend traditional boundaries. Example: the genre of world music is already an example of how different musical traditions from around the globe are being fused into new forms. In the 22nd century, this fusion will continue to evolve, with artists combining elements of traditional music from Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the West to create new, innovative sounds. The emergence of new cultural movements. New cultural movements will emerge in response to the challenges and opportunities of the 22nd century. These movements will be shaped by global issues such as climate change, technological advancements, and social justice. Art will serve as a powerful tool for raising awareness about these issues and inspiring action. Example: in the early 21st century, artists used their work to highlight environmental issues and raise awareness about climate change. In the future, art will continue to play a pivotal role in social movements, with immersive, interactive installations that highlight the urgency of climate action, sustainability, and other global challenges. 5. Conclusion: the future of culture and art. As humanity enters the 22nd century, art and culture will continue to evolve in response to technological, societal, and environmental changes. From AI-generated art to immersive VR experiences, the future of art will be characterized by innovation, interactivity, and global collaboration. The fusion of digital and physical worlds, the rise of new cultural movements, and the influence of emerging technologies will all shape the cultural landscape of the future. While the forms of artistic expression may change, the underlying role of art as a reflection of the human experience will remain constant. Art will continue to inspire, challenge, and provoke thought, offering us new ways to understand ourselves and the world around us. In the 22nd century, the relationship between art, technology, and society will be more intertwined than ever, creating a rich and dynamic cultural environment that will define the future of human creativity. Key takeaways: digital art, AI, VR, and AR will revolutionize the art world, allowing artists to create immersive, interactive experiences. The rise of AI as a creative partner will blur the lines between human and machine-made art, challenging traditional notions of authorship and originality. Virtual reality and augmented reality will transform the way we experience and interact with art, creating new possibilities for both traditional and digital artworks. Globalization will lead to the fusion of diverse cultural traditions, creating new hybrid art forms that reflect a more interconnected world. Art will continue to serve as a powerful tool for addressing global issues and inspiring social change. Practice exercise. Imagine you are an artist in the 22nd century, using VR and AI to create an interactive art installation. Describe the concept of your artwork, how it will engage the viewer, and the technologies you will use to bring it to life. Chapter 9. The Global Economy and the Future of Work. The 22nd century promises to bring radical changes to the global economy, driven by technological advances, shifting societal values, and the ongoing effects of environmental change. The traditional concept of work, the structure of global markets, and the relationship between labor and capital will be transformed as automation, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and other innovations reshape industries, economies, and labor markets. This chapter will explore these transformations in detail, focusing on the global economy's evolution, the future of work, and the impact on workers, businesses, and governments. 1. The shifting nature of the global economy. As we enter the 22nd century, the global economy will continue to become increasingly interconnected, digitalized, and data-driven. We have already witnessed significant economic shifts in the 21st century, with the rise of the digital economy, the decline of traditional manufacturing jobs in some regions, and the explosive growth of industries like e-commerce, fintech, and renewable energy. However, this is just the beginning. Technological disruption and the digital transformation. The first half of the 22nd century will be marked by the ongoing disruption of traditional industries by new technologies. Digitalization, AI, and automation will continue to replace human labor in many sectors, but they will also create new industries and opportunities. For example, the widespread use of AI-driven tools will not only change how businesses operate, but will also create new jobs in areas such as AI training, robotics maintenance, and cybersecurity. Example: in the 21st century, the shift from analog to digital technologies radically transformed industries like telecommunications, entertainment, and retail. Similarly, in the future, technologies such as blockchain and quantum computing will revolutionize sectors like finance, supply chain management, and healthcare. Automation, which already plays a crucial role in manufacturing and logistics, will expand into nearly all sectors, including healthcare, education, and creative industries. However, while automation will lead to increased productivity, it may also cause disruptions to traditional employment models, raising the question of how workers will adapt to a world in which fewer jobs are available in traditional sectors. Globalization 2.0 and the rise of the global digital economy. The internet and advanced communications technologies will continue to drive globalization in the 22nd century, enabling businesses and workers to operate globally in real time. In addition, new global platforms will emerge that will change the way people access goods, services, and information. The digital economy, which has already seen the rise of platforms like Amazon, Uber, and Airbnb, will grow into an even more interconnected and seamless global marketplace. Goods and services will be exchanged at unprecedented speeds, and new forms of international trade will emerge, based on digital currencies, decentralized finance, and blockchain technologies. Example: companies like Shopify have already enabled small businesses to become global sellers through e-commerce. In the future, AI-powered platforms could allow individuals and small businesses to instantly scale their operations across multiple countries, bypassing traditional barriers to entry such as logistics, language, and local regulations. However, this rapid globalization also presents challenges. The increasing dominance of multinational corporations, the rise of digital monopolies, and the potential for market consolidation will raise important questions about equity and the distribution of wealth in the global economy. Governments and regulators will need to adapt to this new globalized economy to prevent economic inequality and protect consumers. 2. The future of work, automation and artificial intelligence. The impact of automation and AI on the future of work is one of the most pressing issues facing humanity in the 22nd century. While these technologies offer the potential for unprecedented productivity and innovation, they also present challenges related to job displacement, economic inequality, and the changing nature of work. Job automation and the end of routine labor. Automation has already started to replace routine manual labor in industries such as manufacturing, agriculture, and logistics. However, as AI continues to evolve, more complex tasks traditionally performed by skilled workers will also be automated. For example, AI systems may be able to analyze legal documents, diagnose medical conditions, and even create works of art or compose music, tasks that were once considered exclusively human. In the 22nd century, the types of jobs that currently form the backbone of many economies, such as customer service representatives, truck drivers, and factory workers, may become increasingly obsolete. AI-driven robots and autonomous vehicles will take over many of these roles, leading to massive shifts in employment and labor markets. Example: in 2020, the global trucking industry faced significant disruptions with the rise of self-driving trucks. While full automation in trucking is still a few decades away, it is clear that this technology has the potential to replace millions of jobs worldwide. Similar shifts are likely to occur in other sectors, including retail, hospitality, and even healthcare. New types of work. The emergence of the creative economy. While automation will replace many traditional jobs, it will also create new opportunities in industries that require human creativity, emotional intelligence, and complex problem-solving. The creative economy, which includes fields such as entertainment, design, writing, and innovation, will become increasingly important in the future. In the 22nd century, AI will be used to enhance human creativity, leading to the rise of collaborative projects between humans and machines. For example, artists might work alongside AI systems to produce art, musicians may use AI to compose music, and writers might collaborate with AI tools to generate story ideas or even co-author novels. Moreover, jobs related to the maintenance, development, and management of AI and automation systems will also become more widespread. As AI takes over routine tasks, humans will focus on more strategic, creative, and interpersonal roles. These new jobs will require different skill sets, including advanced technical skills, problem-solving, and the ability to collaborate with AI systems. Example: the rise of AI-driven tools like ChatGPT and DALL shows the potential of AI to assist in creative processes, but human oversight and intuition will still be needed to provide context, meaning, and emotional resonance. In the future, this synergy between human creativity and AI capabilities will fuel the creative economy. The gig economy and remote work, a new work paradigm. The gig economy, which refers to short-term, freelance, or contract-based work rather than traditional full-time employment, has already gained popularity in the 21st century. This trend will only accelerate in the 22nd century as digital platforms, automation, and AI make it easier for workers to connect with employers and clients worldwide. Remote work, already on the rise due to the COVID-19 pandemic, will become the norm for many workers. Advancements in virtual reality and augmented reality will create virtual workplaces where employees can collaborate in real time, despite being located in different parts of the world. Example: companies like Upwork and Fiverr have already revolutionized the gig economy by providing platforms where freelancers can find work in various fields, such as programming, graphic design, and writing. In the future, AI-powered platforms could help match freelancers with opportunities based on their skills, experience, and personal preferences, leading to more personalized and efficient work arrangements. Remote work is likely to become the norm for many white-collar jobs, as advances in technology make it possible for workers to collaborate and communicate seamlessly from anywhere. Virtual reality tools could even allow workers to simulate an office environment, allowing them to interact with colleagues and clients in a virtual space, creating a hybrid work experience that combines the flexibility of remote work with the social aspects of in-person collaboration. 3. The role of education and skill development. The future of work in the 22nd century will place a greater emphasis on lifelong learning and continuous skill development. As automation and AI continue to reshape industries, workers will need to adapt by acquiring new skills and expertise. Traditional education systems, which were designed for an industrial era, will need to evolve to meet the demands of the digital economy. The need for reskilling and upskilling. As automation takes over routine tasks, the demand for skills in fields such as AI, robotics, data analysis, and cybersecurity will increase. Workers will need to continuously update their skills to remain relevant in the job market. This will require a shift from traditional education to more flexible, modular learning systems that allow individuals to learn at their own pace and on their own terms. Online learning platforms like Coursera and edX are already making education more accessible, but in the 22nd century, learning will be even more personalized and immersive. AI-powered learning tools could adapt to individual students' needs, providing tailored education experiences that match their learning styles and preferences. Example: in the future, an AI-powered virtual tutor could teach a student everything from coding to creative writing, adapting to the student's progress and providing instant feedback. Similarly, workers could use augmented reality glasses to learn new skills on the job, receiving real-time guidance and tutorials as they perform their tasks. The role of government in workforce development. Governments will play a crucial role in ensuring that workers are equipped with the skills necessary for the jobs of the future. Public policies focused on education, retraining programs, and social safety nets will be critical to ensuring that workers are not left behind as automation and AI reshape the labor market. Governments may implement universal basic income or similar measures to provide financial support for individuals whose jobs are displaced by automation. UBI would provide a guaranteed income to all citizens, regardless of their employment status, allowing people to pursue creative endeavors, education, or entrepreneurship without the financial pressure of needing to find a job. Example: in the 21st century, pilot programs for UBI have been implemented in countries such as Finland and Canada, with promising results. In the future, the widespread adoption of UBI or other forms of financial support could become a cornerstone of the global economy, ensuring that all individuals have access to the resources they need to thrive in a rapidly changing world. 4. Conclusion: a world of opportunities and challenges. The global economy and the future of work in the 22nd century will be shaped by technological advancements, the rise of the digital economy, and the continuing need for workers to adapt to an ever-changing job market. While automation, AI, and other technologies will undoubtedly create challenges, they will also open up new opportunities for creativity, innovation, and collaboration. The future of work will require flexibility, resilience, and lifelong learning, and the global economy will be more interconnected than ever before. Governments, businesses, and individuals will need to work together to ensure that the benefits of these changes are shared equitably and that the future of work is one that promotes human dignity, creativity, and well-being. By embracing the opportunities of the 22nd century, we can build a global economy that is sustainable, inclusive, and driven by innovation. Key takeaways: the global economy will become more digitalized, interconnected, and data-driven in the 22nd century. Automation and AI will replace routine labor, but create new opportunities in the creative economy and AI-related industries. The gig economy and remote work will continue to rise, reshaping the traditional employment model. Lifelong learning and continuous skill development will be essential for workers to thrive in the future job market. Governments will play a crucial role in workforce development, including implementing policies like universal basic income to support displaced workers. Practice exercise. Imagine you are a business leader in the 22nd century. What steps would you take to ensure your company stays competitive in a world where AI and automation are transforming the workforce? How would you ensure that your employees are equipped with the skills necessary to thrive in this new economy? Chapter 10: Philosophy and the Meaning of Life in the Future. As humanity continues its rapid evolution, driven by technological advancements, globalization, and profound shifts in societal values, questions about the meaning of life and the role of philosophy in guiding human existence will become more pertinent than ever. The 22nd century will likely see profound transformations not only in the material aspects of life, but also in how we conceptualize our purpose, identity, and place in the universe. Traditional philosophical inquiries about ethics, consciousness, existence, and human nature will be re-examined in light of new discoveries in science, technology, and society. This chapter will explore the evolution of philosophical thought in the context of future advancements, the impact of these advancements on the human experience, and the ways in which philosophy will help guide us in navigating the challenges and opportunities of the future. 1. The future of philosophy. A new era of inquiry. Philosophy has always been concerned with the fundamental questions of human existence. In the 22nd century, however, the discipline will evolve alongside changes in society, technology, and scientific discovery. The traditional branches of philosophy, metaphysics, epistemology, ethics, and logic will likely remain relevant, but they will increasingly intersect with fields like neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and quantum physics. These intersections will give rise to new questions and new approaches to age-old problems. The impact of AI and consciousness. One of the most profound questions of philosophy has always been the nature of consciousness. What does it mean to be aware? What is the nature of the self? As artificial intelligence becomes more advanced and capable of simulating human thought, emotions, and experiences, these questions will take on new dimensions. If machines can achieve a level of consciousness indistinguishable from that of humans, what does that mean for our understanding of consciousness and personal identity? Example: philosophers such as John Searle have long debated the Chinese room argument, which questions whether a machine can truly understand language or whether it is simply processing inputs according to predefined rules. In the future, AI systems may pass tests of consciousness, like the Turing test, but the question of whether they genuinely experience consciousness or simply simulate it will remain a point of philosophical debate. In the 22nd century, philosophical discussions will need to confront the possibility that consciousness may not be unique to humans. If AI systems and even non-human entities can develop a form of consciousness, the very nature of self-awareness and personhood will be called into question. These debates will likely redefine ethical boundaries and force us to reconsider our responsibilities toward machines, animals, and other sentient beings. Transhumanism and the enhancement of human nature. Transhumanism, the movement that advocates for using technology to enhance human capabilities, will continue to be a significant philosophical and ethical issue in the future. As biotechnology, nanotechnology, and AI advance, humans will increasingly be able to augment their physical and cognitive abilities. In the 22nd century, we may see people living longer, healthier lives, with enhanced intellectual capacities, memory retention, and even augmented physical attributes. This raises philosophical questions about the ideal human nature. If we can redesign ourselves, enhance our capabilities, and potentially even transcend biological limitations, what does it mean to be human? How will our identity and sense of self evolve as we augment and modify ourselves? Will the essence of humanity be lost in the pursuit of perfection? Example, the development of genetic editing tools like CRISPR has already made it possible to alter human genes, and in the future, these technologies could allow for the eradication of hereditary diseases, increased intelligence, or the enhancement of physical traits. While these advancements hold incredible promise, they also prompt questions about fairness, inequality, and the potential for creating a genetically superior class of humans. Transhumanism will also challenge traditional concepts of aging, death, and the life cycle. The ability to significantly extend human life or even achieve forms of digital immortality, where human consciousness is transferred to a digital medium, could redefine our understanding of existence. This brings up profound questions about the meaning of life if death is no longer inevitable. Will life lose its urgency and purpose if humans are able to live indefinitely? 2. The meaning of life in a technological world. As the future unfolds and technology continues to reshape every aspect of human existence, the meaning of life will increasingly be influenced by our relationship with technology. How we define success, fulfillment, and purpose will be altered as we incorporate new technologies into our lives. Additionally, the possibilities for personal growth, creative expression, and spiritual exploration will become more expansive than ever, redefining fulfillment and happiness in the age of automation. One of the central tenets of human life has always been the pursuit of happiness and fulfillment. In the 22nd century, as AI and automation take over more jobs, people will have the opportunity to pursue careers and lives that are driven more by passion, creativity, and personal interest, rather than financial necessity. The concept of work itself will shift, and traditional ideas about job satisfaction and success will be questioned. For example, the automation of menial tasks will free people from the grind of working for survival, allowing individuals to focus on more meaningful pursuits. As technology makes life easier, human beings may be freed up to explore their passions, engage in lifelong learning, create art, and contribute to society in ways that go beyond economic productivity. Example, in the 21st century, people are increasingly seeking work-life balance and looking for jobs that bring them fulfillment. In the future, the concept of purpose-driven work may take center stage as people look for ways to contribute to society and enhance their own personal growth without the pressure of earning a living. However, this could also create new challenges. As people spend more time pursuing personal fulfillment, the question arises, what happens to those who still find meaning in traditional forms of labor? How will the shift toward a post-work society affect people's sense of purpose if they are no longer reliant on external systems of value? Exploring new forms of consciousness and spirituality. The future may also see the development of new spiritual practices and philosophical schools of thought as humans attempt to understand their place in a universe shaped by technology, science, and interconnectedness. With the advent of new forms of consciousness, including virtual reality and brain-machine interfaces, spirituality will likely take on new dimensions. In the 22nd century, people may engage in digital meditation, virtual religious experiences, or other forms of transcendental exploration that allow them to access different states of consciousness or even connect with others in profound ways. These experiences could prompt the emergence of new philosophical systems or spiritual traditions that challenge conventional beliefs about the mind, the soul, and the nature of existence. Example, The development of neural interfaces that allow individuals to communicate directly with AI systems or even upload their consciousness could open up new avenues for exploring human experience. In the future, digital avatars may participate in virtual worlds that simulate spiritual journeys or other forms of enlightenment. Some may even attempt to connect with entities from beyond the physical realm, using technology to explore the mysteries of the universe in ways that were once the domain of religion. However, these developments also raise questions about authenticity, identity, and the nature of spiritual experiences. If consciousness can be simulated or transferred, is there still room for traditional forms of religious practice and belief? What happens when technology is used to enhance or artificially create experiences of the divine? 3. Ethics and morality in the 22nd century. With technological advancements come complex ethical dilemmas. The future will see new challenges related to the rights of artificial intelligences, the ethical implications of genetic modification, and the morality of creating new forms of life. As humanity gains the ability to reshape itself and the world around it, the role of philosophy in guiding ethical decision-making will become even more important. Ethical considerations of AI and sentient machines. As AI continues to evolve, the question of AI rights and personhood will become a central philosophical issue. If machines become sentient, able to experience pain, pleasure, or emotions, what moral obligations do humans have toward them? Should AI entities be granted rights similar to those of humans? Or should they be viewed as tools, subject to human control? The question of whether AI can be considered a person will challenge our understanding of personhood, autonomy, and responsibility. As AI becomes more capable of mimicking human emotions and thought processes, philosophers will need to explore what it means to be truly alive or sentient. Example: in the 21st century, discussions around AI ethics have already become significant, with concerns about bias in AI algorithms, surveillance, and the potential for AI to be used for harm. In the future, these discussions will likely intensify, especially as AI systems become more autonomous and integrated into daily life. The ethics of genetic engineering and human enhancement. Genetic modification will raise new ethical dilemmas. The ability to alter human DNA, not only to eradicate diseases, but also to enhance physical and cognitive traits, will force us to confront questions of justice, equality, and the very nature of human life. Will the ability to enhance humans lead to a new era of eugenics, where only the genetically privileged are given access to life-enhancing technologies? Example: in the 21st century, the CRISPR gene editing tool has opened up the possibility of genetic modification, allowing scientists to alter DNA in living organisms. While the technology holds great promise for curing genetic diseases, it also raises concerns about unintended consequences, such as the creation of designer babies or the potential for creating genetic inequality. 4. The search for meaning in an infinite universe. As humans continue to explore space and uncover the mysteries of the cosmos, questions about the purpose of life will take on new significance. If life is discovered on other planets, what does that mean for our understanding of humanity's role in the universe? If we can communicate with extraterrestrial civilizations, how will that affect our concept of meaning, spirituality, and existence? Example: the discovery of microbial life on Mars or the detection of signals from extraterrestrial civilizations would undoubtedly have profound philosophical implications, challenging our traditional understanding of the uniqueness of human existence and our place in the cosmos. 5. Conclusion: philosophical reflection in an era of transformation. The future will be a time of profound change, and philosophy will play an essential role in helping us navigate this evolving landscape. As technology continues to reshape the world and redefine what it means to be human, philosophy will serve as a guide, helping us explore the deeper questions of life, consciousness, ethics, and purpose. While the answers may remain elusive, the search for meaning will continue to be an essential part of the human experience. Key takeaways. Philosophy will continue to evolve in response to advances in AI, biotechnology, and other technologies. The meaning of life in the future will be influenced by our relationship with technology, the pursuit of personal fulfillment, and new forms of consciousness and spirituality. Ethical questions related to AI, genetic engineering, and human enhancement will become central to philosophical debates. The discovery of extraterrestrial life and the exploration of space will prompt new philosophical reflections on humanity's place in the universe. Practice exercise. Imagine you are a philosopher in the 22nd century, grappling with the ethical implications of AI sentience. What would your position be on granting rights to AI systems, and how would you justify it using moral and philosophical reasoning? Chapter 11. Future-proofing humanity, anticipating global challenges. As we venture further into the 21st century and beyond, humanity faces a host of unprecedented challenges. While we have made remarkable strides in technology, medicine, and global connectivity, we are also confronted with complex and sometimes existential risks. These challenges span multiple domains, including environmental sustainability, political stability, technological ethics, social inequalities, and the changing nature of global governance. Future-proofing humanity involves not just adapting to these challenges, but also proactively developing solutions that ensure the long-term survival and flourishing of human civilization. This chapter will delve into some of the most significant global challenges humanity will likely face in the coming century, the importance of anticipating and preparing for these challenges, and the role of global collaboration, innovation, and resilience in future-proofing humanity. 1. Environmental sustainability. Protecting our planet. One of the most pressing challenges humanity faces is the degradation of the environment. Climate change, resource depletion, loss of biodiversity, and environmental pollution threaten the stability of ecosystems that we depend on for food, water, and air quality. The 22nd century will likely witness either the continued acceleration of these crises or the implementation of bold strategies to mitigate their effects. The impact of climate change. The effects of climate change are already being felt globally, with rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and shifts in agricultural zones disrupting the lives of millions of people. In the future, these impacts are expected to worsen, with some regions becoming uninhabitable due to heat waves, flooding, or droughts. According to current projections, sea levels could rise by more than a meter by the end of the 21st century, displacing entire populations. Example, the island nation of the Maldives, one of the most vulnerable countries to sea level rise, is already making plans to relocate its population to other nations as their home risks becoming submerged. Similarly, many coastal cities, such as Miami, New York, and Shanghai, are investing in infrastructure projects to protect themselves from rising tides and storm surges. The need for global action. In order to future-proof humanity, global cooperation will be essential. One of the key strategies for mitigating climate change is the transition to renewable energy sources, such as solar, wind, and geothermal power, while phasing out fossil fuels. The global community must collectively invest in clean technologies, green infrastructure, and carbon capture methods. Example, the Paris Agreement, adopted in 2015, is one example of international cooperation to combat climate change. While its success depends on the political will of each country, it represents a critical framework for future global action. The success of this agreement hinges on countries meeting their emissions reduction targets and providing financial support for climate adaptation in developing nations. Additionally, biodiversity conservation will be critical for maintaining the delicate balance of ecosystems that regulate climate and provide essential services. Protecting forests, oceans, and wildlife habitats is not only important for mitigating climate change, but also for preserving the rich tapestry of life on Earth. Practice exercise. Consider a region you are familiar with. What specific actions can local governments, businesses, and individuals take to mitigate the effects of climate change in that area? How can these actions be integrated into a global effort to combat climate change? 2. Technological risks and ethics. Navigating the digital frontier. The rapid advancement of technology presents both opportunities and risks. While artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and quantum computing promise to revolutionize nearly every aspect of life, they also bring with them significant ethical, security, and societal risks. Ensuring that these technologies are developed and deployed responsibly is one of the key challenges of the 22nd century. Artificial intelligence and automation. AI and automation are likely to be at the forefront of technological advancements in the coming century. On one hand, these technologies have the potential to enhance productivity, solve complex problems, and improve quality of life. On the other hand, they could lead to widespread job displacement, economic inequality, and the erosion of privacy.
For more video like this, please like and subscribe.
In industries such as manufacturing, healthcare, and transportation, AI-driven automation is already replacing human workers. Autonomous vehicles, for example, could disrupt the transportation sector by eliminating the need for drivers in industries like trucking, ride-hailing, and delivery services. While this may reduce costs and increase efficiency, it could also lead to massive job losses and social unrest if not managed effectively. Moreover, AI systems are capable of making decisions that affect people's lives, from job hiring to criminal justice to healthcare treatment. These systems often operate as black boxes, making it difficult for humans to understand or challenge the decisions they make. Ensuring fairness, transparency, and accountability in AI systems will be critical to avoid discriminatory or biased outcomes. Biotechnology and genetic engineering. Advances in biotechnology, such as gene editing technologies like CRISPR, have the potential to revolutionize medicine by curing genetic diseases, enhancing human capabilities, and even extending life expectancy. However, the ability to alter human DNA raises profound ethical concerns. Should we have the right to modify the genetic makeup of future generations? What happens if genetic enhancements lead to new forms of inequality or social stratification? Example, the potential to designer babies through genetic engineering could create a society where those who can afford genetic enhancements have a significant advantage over those who cannot. This could exacerbate existing social inequalities and create ethical dilemmas surrounding the concept of natural human life. Additionally, biotechnology could be used to enhance human cognitive and physical abilities. While this could lead to exciting opportunities for human progress, it could also create a biotechnological divide, where those who have access to enhancements may have an unfair advantage over others. Addressing these ethical concerns and ensuring that biotechnology benefits all of humanity equally will be a significant challenge. Practice exercise. In a future where AI and biotechnology have transformed society, what ethical guidelines should be put in place to ensure these technologies are used responsibly? How can policymakers balance the benefits of innovation with a need to protect human rights and dignity? 3. Political instability and global governance. Navigating a multipolar world. The future of global politics will be shaped by shifting power dynamics, geopolitical conflicts, and the rise of new global powers. The current unipolar world order, dominated by the United States, may give way to a multipolar world, where power is distributed among multiple nations and regional blocs. This shift will require new frameworks of global governance to address the challenges of the 22nd century. Rising powers and geopolitical tensions. As countries like China, India, and Brazil continue to grow economically and politically, they will increasingly assert themselves on the global stage. The competition for resources, influence, and power could lead to tensions between nations, especially in strategic regions like the South China Sea, Eastern Europe, and Africa. Example: the growing rivalry between the United States and China is already reshaping global geopolitics. Trade wars, military posturing, and competition over technological supremacy are just a few of the areas where tensions have risen. The outcome of this rivalry will shape global governance structures, international trade, and security for decades to come. The role of global institutions. In a multipolar world, global governance institutions such as the United Nations, the World Trade Organization, and the International Monetary Fund will play a crucial role in managing conflicts and promoting cooperation. However, these institutions may need to be reformed to reflect the new power dynamics and ensure that emerging powers have a seat at the table. Example: the United Nations Security Council, which has remained largely unchanged since its founding in 1945, is increasingly seen as outdated. Countries like India, Brazil, and South Africa, which are growing powers, have long advocated for permanent membership on the Security Council. Reforming international institutions to reflect the changing balance of power will be critical for maintaining global stability. The future of democracy and human rights. As new technologies and global shifts reshape societies, the future of democracy and human rights will be tested. The rise of authoritarian regimes, coupled with the potential for technological surveillance and control, could threaten individual freedoms and rights. In order to future-proof humanity, it will be crucial to protect democratic values, promote human rights, and ensure that power is not concentrated in the hands of a few. Example: in countries like China, the use of surveillance technologies to monitor citizens has raised concerns about privacy and freedom. The global spread of these technologies could lead to a future where authoritarian regimes use AI and big data to suppress dissent and control populations. It will be essential for democratic nations to work together to promote human rights and prevent the erosion of freedoms. Practice exercise. As a global leader, you have been tasked with overseeing a new framework for international cooperation in the 22nd century. What key principles and structures would you include to ensure global peace, fairness, and the protection of human rights in a multipolar world? 4. Social inequality and the future of education. Despite tremendous progress in areas like technology and medicine, social inequality remains one of the most significant challenges facing humanity. The gap between the wealthy and the poor, the educated and the uneducated, continues to widen, and technological advancements may exacerbate these inequalities if not addressed. Education as a key to equity. The future of education will play a pivotal role in reducing inequality. As automation and AI disrupt traditional industries, the demand for highly skilled workers will increase. Ensuring that everyone has access to high-quality education and training will be essential for creating a more equitable society. Example: online learning platforms like Coursera and Khan Academy have already begun to democratize access to education. In the future, virtual classrooms, AI tutors, and personalized learning algorithms could further revolutionize education, allowing anyone with access to the internet to gain new skills and improve their socioeconomic status. However, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of their background, have access to these opportunities will require significant investment in education infrastructure and a commitment to overcoming barriers like poverty, geographic isolation, and systemic discrimination. Universal basic income and social safety nets. As automation reduces the need for human labor in many sectors, traditional economic models may no longer be sufficient to ensure economic security for all. One potential solution to address income inequality and job displacement is the implementation of a universal basic income, which would provide all citizens with a guaranteed income regardless of their employment status. Example: trials of UBI have been conducted in several countries, including Finland and Canada, with varying degrees of success. While UBI has been shown to reduce poverty and improve mental health, its long-term economic viability remains uncertain. In the future, UBI could be paired with other social safety nets, such as healthcare and housing subsidies, to create a more equitable society. Practice exercise. Imagine you are a policymaker in a country grappling with the challenges of automation and inequality. What policies would you implement to ensure that the benefits of technology are shared equitably among all citizens? 5. Conclusion. A resilient future for humanity. Future-proofing humanity is not just about anticipating and mitigating risks. It is also about creating systems and societies that are resilient in the face of uncertainty. By investing in sustainability, promoting ethical technology, fostering global cooperation, and addressing social inequality, we can build a future that is not only survivable but thriving. While the challenges ahead are significant, they also present opportunities for innovation, collaboration, and progress. The actions we take today will shape the world of tomorrow, and the choices we make in addressing these global challenges will determine whether humanity emerges stronger, more united, and more capable of thriving in the face of change. Key takeaways. Climate change, technological risks, political instability, and social inequality are some of the most significant global challenges humanity will face in the future. Proactive strategies, including transitioning to renewable energy, ensuring responsible technological development, and fostering global cooperation, are essential for future-proofing humanity. Education, social safety nets, and ethical governance will play a critical role in creating a resilient, equitable future. Practice exercise. Think about a major global challenge such as climate change or AI ethics. What steps can individuals, governments, and businesses take to address this issue in the 22nd century? How can global cooperation enhance these efforts? Chapter 12. Conclusion: the new world, the new human. The world we inhabit today is markedly different from the world our ancestors experienced just a century ago. The transformation has been driven by unprecedented advances in technology, science, and societal shifts. But as we look toward the next 100 years, we are presented with a future that holds even more dramatic change. In this concluding chapter, we will reflect on the evolution of humanity, what it means to be human in an increasingly automated and technologically advanced world, and how the new human of the future must navigate the challenges and opportunities of the 22nd century. While many of the changes we have examined in the previous chapters, such as the rise of artificial intelligence, climate change, and the evolving geopolitical landscape, are daunting, they also offer exciting opportunities for growth, innovation, and societal transformation. Future-proofing humanity will require not only resilience and adaptability, but a deep commitment to collaboration, equity, and sustainability. The next 100 years will not just be a time of survival, they will be a time of immense human potential. 1. The evolution of humanity, from Homo sapiens to Homo futuris. At the heart of the future world will be the evolution of humanity itself. The trajectory of human development has always been characterized by change. Our cognitive abilities, Our social structures, our technologies, and even our physical bodies have transformed over millennia. But as we look ahead, the changes we face are not just about biological evolution in the traditional sense. They are deeply intertwined with technological progress, genetic engineering, and even our growing relationship with artificial intelligence. The role of technology in human evolution. In the 21st century, the boundaries between human and machine are becoming increasingly blurred. Advances in biotechnology, particularly genetic editing, and the rapid development of artificial intelligence are creating a new frontier for human evolution. Technologies like CRISPR are allowing scientists to alter the genetic code of humans, potentially curing diseases, enhancing human capabilities, and extending life. But this raises significant ethical questions. How far should humanity go in manipulating its own genetic makeup? Could we risk creating new forms of inequality if genetic enhancements are available only to the wealthy? Moreover, the integration of AI and robotics with human bodies could lead to the development of cyborgs, beings that combine biological and artificial components. The ability to enhance human cognition, strength, and lifespan could profoundly alter the human experience. Example: the development of brain-computer interfaces is already a reality, with companies like Neuralink working on technologies that could allow humans to directly interface with machines. This could lead to mind uploading, the idea that human consciousness could be transferred into digital form or even merge with AI to create a new form of superintelligence. The concept of the post-human is now more than just science fiction. As technology becomes more deeply integrated into human biology, it's possible that humans of the 22nd century may no longer resemble the Homo sapiens of today. Instead, the new human could be a hybrid, part biological, part technological. The new human experience. What will it mean to be human in the future? Will human identity continue to be defined by our biology, or will it shift toward our minds, our creations, and our connections with others? The new human will likely experience life in ways that are far beyond our current understanding. With AI capable of enhancing cognition, virtual realities offering new forms of existence, and biotechnology enabling the repair and even augmentation of the human body, the future of human experience will be radically different. The future human may live longer, healthier lives, with the ability to enhance their cognitive abilities, physical strength, and emotional intelligence. The concept of aging may become obsolete as medical advancements continue to extend the human lifespan, perhaps even indefinitely. However, these advances will come with significant moral and social implications. How will societies deal with the distribution of these technologies? Will everyone have equal access? Or will inequality increase as the wealthy can afford the latest genetic modifications and cognitive enhancements? Practice exercise. Imagine you live in the 22nd century. How has your life been transformed by the advancements in genetics, AI, and virtual reality? What challenges or ethical dilemmas do you face as a result of these transformations? 2. Creating a sustainable future. The role of environmental stewardship. While technological advancements and the evolution of humanity will play a central role in shaping the future, we cannot ignore the existential challenge posed by environmental degradation. Climate change, biodiversity loss, and resource depletion threaten the very survival of life on Earth. The 22nd century will demand a radical shift in how we approach our relationship with the planet. Humanity has the capability to design a future where ecological balance is restored and environmental sustainability becomes a fundamental principle of all human activities. This requires not only cutting-edge technologies like renewable energy, carbon capture, and geoengineering, but a shift in mindset, a recognition that our actions today will determine the quality of life for future generations. The shift to a circular economy. The linear model of consumption, take, make, dispose, has proven to be unsustainable. The Earth's resources are finite, and continuing to extract and use them in this way is contributing to environmental destruction. The future, however, may see the rise of a circular economy, where products are designed for longevity, repair and reuse, and waste is minimized or eliminated entirely. Example: companies like IKEA and Patagonia are already pioneering this concept by designing products that can be easily recycled or repaired. In the future, advanced technologies like 3D printing could allow individuals to create products on demand, reducing waste and overconsumption. Moreover, AI could optimize supply chains, minimizing resource waste and carbon emissions. As humanity continues to face the consequences of environmental degradation, the drive for sustainability will become more urgent. Governments, businesses, and individuals must collaborate to create systems that prioritize ecological health alongside economic growth. Global environmental cooperation. Addressing environmental challenges in the 22nd century will require unprecedented levels of global cooperation. Climate change knows no borders, and its impacts will affect every corner of the globe. To protect the future of the planet, nations must work together to reduce emissions, preserve biodiversity, and mitigate the effects of climate change. Global agreements like the Paris Agreement will need to evolve to reflect the urgency and scale of the problem. Example: one potential solution to the climate crisis is the implementation of carbon budgets, where countries are allocated a certain amount of carbon emissions they can produce. This system would ensure that the global community remains within safe environmental limits while allowing for economic development. International bodies and organizations like the United Nations may play a crucial role in monitoring and enforcing these agreements. Practice exercise. How can you contribute to creating a more sustainable future? Consider both individual actions and larger-scale efforts, like advocating for policy changes or supporting green technologies. 3. Societal transformation. The evolution of global cooperation. The 22nd century will likely see dramatic shifts in societal structures driven by technological progress, demographic changes, and the increasing interconnectedness of the world. As global challenges become more complex, new models of governance and cooperation will be necessary to address issues such as climate change, inequality, and technological ethics. A multipolar world. The unipolar world order that has dominated the past century may be replaced by a more multipolar world, where power is distributed among various countries and regional blocs. This shift will require new frameworks for international cooperation and governance, ensuring that the voices of emerging powers and developing nations are heard. Example: the rise of China, India, and the European Union as global powers could alter the balance of power, leading to the emergence of new alliances and economic systems. The United Nations and other international organizations will need to adapt to this new geopolitical landscape, ensuring that global governance remains inclusive and effective. The role of global citizenship. As the world becomes more interconnected, the concept of global citizenship will become more prominent. People will increasingly identify as citizens of the world, rather than solely of their nation-state. This could lead to greater solidarity in tackling global challenges and a more collective approach to issues like climate change, human rights, and social justice. Example: global movements like #MeToo and Black Lives Matter have shown the power of collective action across borders. In the future, such movements could grow even stronger, using technology and social media to amplify voices and drive change on a global scale. The rise of global citizenship will also require new forms of political engagement, where citizens participate in decisions that affect the entire planet, not just their local communities. Practice exercise. Reflect on the role of global citizenship in the 22nd century. What values and principles should guide the actions of global citizens? How can you contribute to fostering a sense of global responsibility and cooperation? 4. The New World, the New Human. As we conclude this exploration of the future, it is clear that the 22nd century holds immense promise and immense challenges. Humanity stands at a crossroads, with the potential to build a world that is more equitable, sustainable, and technologically advanced than ever before. But this future will not come about by chance. It will require the active participation of individuals, governments, and organizations across the globe. In the new world, the new human will not simply be a passive observer of these changes. Rather, the new human will be an active participant in shaping the future, leveraging technology and innovation to overcome challenges, address global issues, and unlock new possibilities for growth and transformation. The future of humanity will be defined not by what we inherit, but by what we choose to create. The new human will be one who is adaptable, resilient, and deeply connected to the global community. As we move into this uncharted territory, it is essential that we embrace our collective responsibility to create a world that is not only survivable, but thriving for all future generations. Key takeaways. The future of humanity will be shaped by advancements in technology, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence, creating new possibilities and challenges for human evolution. Environmental sustainability and global cooperation will be critical to the survival and flourishing of humanity in the 22nd century. The new human of the future will be defined by adaptability, collaboration, and a deep sense of responsibility to both the planet and the global community. Practice exercise. Reflect on the possible challenges and opportunities that humanity will face in the next century. How can you prepare for the future? What role do you see yourself playing in the transformation of the world and humanity? Final words as we conclude this exploration of the future. It is essential to acknowledge that the next 100 years hold both unparalleled promise and daunting challenges. The future of humanity is a vast landscape of unknowns, yet one thing is certain: we are the architects of our destiny. The technological, environmental, social, and political transformations we have discussed in this book are not just speculative predictions. They are the inevitable outcomes of the choices we make today. In the 22nd century, humanity will likely stand at the intersection of immense progress and profound existential challenges. While technological advancements such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and space exploration offer unprecedented opportunities for human development, they also raise critical ethical and moral questions. Our ability to balance innovation with wisdom, ambition with compassion, and progress with sustainability will determine the legacy we leave for future generations. One of the most powerful aspects of being human is our capacity for adaptability and resilience. Throughout history, we have faced seemingly insurmountable obstacles, from plagues and wars to environmental crises, and yet we have always found ways to survive and evolve. The challenges of the future will undoubtedly test our endurance once again, but they also present us with a chance to build a better, more sustainable, and more equitable world. However, this transformation will not occur in isolation. It will require the collective effort of individuals, communities, governments, and organizations worldwide. The 22nd century will demand a new kind of global cooperation, one that transcends national borders and embraces our shared responsibility to the planet and to each other. As we move forward, we must recognize that the world we leave behind is not simply the result of technological advances or political decisions. It is the reflection of the values we hold dear. The future will be shaped not just by the innovations we create, but by the ethical frameworks, policies, and societal norms we choose to uphold. It is within our power to ensure that the future is a place of hope, inclusion, and possibility, rather than one of division, destruction, and despair. The new human of the future will not only be defined by what technology can do for us, but by how we choose to wield that technology. Will we use it to uplift humanity, to create connections, to foster understanding, and to build a sustainable world? Or will we allow our technological advancements to deepen inequality, create new divisions, and accelerate the degradation of our planet? The task ahead is monumental, but so too is our potential. The future belongs not to the passive observer, but to those who take active steps to shape it. By embracing a mindset of collaboration, innovation, and responsibility, we can ensure that the 22nd century is not just a time of technological marvels, but of human flourishing. As we stand at the threshold of this new era, let us commit to creating a future that is not only bright, but just. A future where the benefits of innovation are shared by all, where the planet is cared for as our common home, and where humanity continues to evolve into its highest potential. The new world is coming, and so is the new human. Together, let us shape it. The journey begins now. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It really helps me create more content for you. Thank you.